All right, we are on. Welcome back to Primarily Speaking. It's your boy Prime. I'm your host with the most. Man with the gas, Mr. Papa Two Quarters. Let me get in that ass.
Man, and y'all know I am the total package Rex Devereaux. Coming to you once again. It's a big week, big day, and we got big people on the show with us today. Starting off with my
What you
dog.
talk about?
That's right. It's Hannibal Vanderbilt, baby. You already know what it is. Bring you nothing but the truth, the whole truth, and that's the facts.
All right, man. We got two very esteemed guests with us today. I got my man V in the building. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on, huh? Hey, how y'all doing?
And I got TG, the light skinned Leon. Say what's up to the people, Nick. Oh, say what's up to the people. Oh, he on mute.
Wrong button again.
We gonna have to come back to him.
No,
we just gonna have to come back to him.
Hello?
Yeah. Say what's up to the people.
I had to swipe over, man. See, y'all told me to do the wrong thing. Yeah, man, once again, back for the second appearance, man. I appreciate y'all fellas having me on the show, man. You know, all love. What's up with you people?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. You fool, boy. You fool. All right, man. We got a very special edition of Primarily Speaking today. I'm sure everybody is aware of all the stuff going on behind the George Floyd murder that happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Was last week? Yeah, last week Tuesday, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Last week Monday.
Monday.
And his death kind of just not only resonated throughout this country, but has resonated around the world. They got people all around the world protesting. So that in and of itself just shows how strongly people feel about the situation at hand. So this whole episode, we're going to be discussing a lot of things as far as the situation with George Floyd and everything surrounding it. The rioting, police brutality, white supremacy, all those types of conversations. We're going to have all of that out today. Before we get started, though, I would like to take some time to say thank you to those white folks that we all know that are out there fighting on our behalf, standing up for us, that has the courage to stand against the system itself. I want to say thank you, for lending your resources, your time, your efforts, because everybody's not willing to do that. So we appreciate you. At least I do. I also want to take a moment of silence to show some respect to those that have died to police brutality and any kind of racial issues, period. I want to take the time to have a moment of silence. Y'all, boy, we're going to take one little moment of silence.
That's what's up.
Respect. All right, fellas. Let's dig into some of this shit. Because there's a lot of shit, fellas. There's a lot of shit, man. First off, I want to talk about the whole incident itself. The whole killing of George Floyd up in Minneapolis by these officers. Let me read their names in case anybody does not know. Derek Chauvin, I think I pronounced that right, Chauvin, who has been arrested. He was originally arrested for third-degree murder. They have since upgraded that to second-degree murder. Thomas Lane, J.A. Kwang, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, and that's Derek's brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. I thought Tu Thao was his brother-in-law.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Oh, my bad. 2000.
And Tu Thao was the fourth officer. Those other three have been charged. I am not sure exactly what their charge is, but I'm glad they've been charged. I just still would like to see what the actual charge.
Accessory to murder.
Accessory to murder? Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah, accessory to murder.
All right, so I want to get some opinions as far as the cops being arrested and the whole situation itself, and I want to hear from Vaughn. I want to hear from you first.
What do you mean as far as the whole?
Yeah, what you think about the whole situation? I know you're angry. Everybody's angry. You know what I mean? But 2 cents.
I mean, the whole time is eye openers. Like I always look at it like a lot of this been going on. A lot of this probably will keep going on. But it seems like now people kind of getting to the point where it's bubbling over to everybody. Everybody got their breaking point, so it seems like it's getting to that point. But now is how you move about doing something, about it. Like, where you put the resources, where you put your energy. That's the main thing that I be looking at now. Like, if you could sit there and let somebody handle you all kind of way and get mad when they keep doing it, then, you know, at some point you got to look at yourself or how you conducting yourself or how you allowing yourself to be treated. You know what I mean?
Point. Yeah, that's very true. And you know, this whole thing, like I said earlier, has resonated throughout. I said New Zealand, Brazil, the UK, Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris. You know what I mean? All over the world.
Over the
Yeah.
world.
All 50 states had protests.
All 50 states.
All
That's
50
yeah,
states.
and that's stuff like that. Like, you know, when it don't just stop, it'll fizzle out real quick. You know?
Yeah.
But with this incident, just looking at it, I don't know if any of y'all got to see the whole video though, from a different angle. They beat the
did.
man in the truck. They beat him in
Exactly.
the truck.
You see the
They
truck
did what?
taking the
Yeah.
road. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did
You
what?
see the one officer look like he tell the other officer to Thao, whatever his name is, to move back. And they end up going to work on this man.
Yeah.
Oh, in the back of the
Already
yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
Wow,
that.
I
And
ain't see that,
then-
but I know one thing from that alone. Watch how people all these people fighting for these police officers, right? Watch how them police officers turn on each other when they go to trial and try to save their own ass. And that's when people gonna start looking at shit differently, because now anytime somebody say something about Black Lives Matter, they always want to throw this shit in there. Oh, well, police matter too, man. Listen, police out there killing people, man. They are wrongfully killing people on video. You know, you can see it, and they not being convicted. You know what I'm saying? They're getting away with cold-blooded murder, and people steadily worrying about the innocent ones. Shit, well, the innocent ones standing by watching their own people do
Right.
dirt, and they ain't not
Like their
stopping.
lives been mattering.
So if he was
Yeah.
making an attempt to stop them, and they didn't, I guarantee you, when he go to court, he ain't about to lay down and say, "Oh, I didn't try." He's going to say, "I tried to stop him." And that's when all the other dirt gonna come out, because the attorney's gonna play hardball. What they're gonna like? So how many times you seen him do this before?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
woo, woo, woo. So, you know, not to take up too much time, but yeah, I feel like that's a good thing that they got that other footage. I haven't seen it, but if he at least said something and they told him back the fuck up,
No.
that might be.
Ain't nobody saying that. Now he just told him to move out the way.
Yeah, he just motioned them out the way. Yeah.
Yeah, he just motioned him out the way. Yeah, he just stood there looking like a dumb fuck. You know what I'm saying?
So he was motioning people that were looking out the way, or
No, the other
No.
cop.
The other officer.
The other,
Yeah, the other officer.
yeah, the little chubby.
who was trying to come. So the other officer was trying to come and intervene. He told
No,
him.
he wasn't trying to intervene. He was too close.
He was just in the
He
way.
had
Like,
he had no room to
I
work.
can't-
He
I
was in the
can't
way
get
of
my
the
licks
answer, but
in
they didn't want him.
the
They didn't want to hit him with the motherfucking club. So they told him.
The one I see, he had the back door open, and the Chinese the Asian looking officer was standing at the door, and Derek Chauvin was leaning in there, like you could see him motioning like he been doing something. Then he get out the car and he went around. He was going around the other side. The Asian dude was about to do something with the door, and then Derek came back. He was like, "Nah, move out the way." He went back in the car and would start doing more shit. It's like they've been working him over before they even pull him out the car, and then lean
So
on
they
their
put him in
neck.
the car. They put him in the car and took him back out of the car.
They come back out.
Exactly.
For
Yeah.
what reason? Why did they take him out of the car?
Why you
Bro,
think?
No.
Why you think?
Ain't no good reason, because he wanted to kill him. The dude,
Because he wanted to do the damn job.
he already
That's
knew
it.
it. He
That's it.
already knew who he was.
If you ain't taking him
Right.
out of the car to let him go, then you
the
take him out
first
of
and
the car to
last
kill
thing
him.
is, you know this man. You kill that dude.
Yeah, he
Right.
knew who he was.
He had something
Yeah.
against him.
They worked on the
Well,
opposing
They said they
security
saying that
forces.
they didn't work. They saying they didn't work the same shift. They worked.
No, yeah, they didn't work
but
at
they
the same
knew each other in
time.
passing.
Right.
They knew each other in passing.
But
You think so?
You don't work on a security team and don't know everybody or know of somebody. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that-
saying?
Right, on security, right. Yeah. Even if y'all don't work on the same shift, you at least know of them. You might not, you know what I'm saying, speak to them, but they don't say, yeah, such and such who work this shift. So yeah, you right about that when it comes to
It
security.
sounds like to me he had something or something happened between them two, and that was his way of getting
personal.
back at him.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, you right. They put him in a car and then took him out. Maybe initially he didn't know who he was or realize who he was, and then he figured out. You know what I'm saying? Once they got him in the car, ran his name. Oh, that's the motherfucker who worked at the club.
Or a little comment. He might
Who
have
knows?
said
Talking
something.
it, or that too. He might have said something slick out his mouth. He might have said
So-
something slick out his mouth.
Yeah.
all right, so now that those three have been charged, right, with accessory to murder, and Derek's charges have been upgraded to second degree. Yeah, I think we got a good chance at actually
Yes.
getting a conviction with the second degree.
Still
Yes,
gotta wait and
even
see.
though
Nah, I don't know,
boy
man.
trying to
Wait.
get them off.
Hold on, Rex. You ain't chiming yet. What you got to say?
You still gotta wait and see on the convictions because you still gotta deal with white juries. You know,
Yep.
so
White judges.
I mean, yeah, white judges. You can throw, charges at them or whatever, and they're trying to upgrade that shit because these protests now.
And
If you pay attention what happened last night, the protests been basically peaceful. Ain't been no riots and nothing really carry on.
Yeah, because they got all they outside
So-
of there, dog.
Yeah, so I mean, I think they trying to do a little something, trying to throw a little jab or whatever to get the people thrown off, but I don't think the protest's gonna stop until they do convict that dude and them other 3 dudes for murder.
I hope it don't stop. I want it to continue on until something changes, because a lot of times, I'll get to that later. I still want to
I'll tell you
talk
like
about
this,
the
even with
charges.
the people
I
I
wanna
saw
talk about the charges.
downtown at Marion Square, protesting and stuff, all the kids and stuff or whatever, I've been like, yeah, it's gonna go on for a while. This shit totally different from any other shit that going on before.
But as far as the charges go, because I was talking to my son actually about this, about first degree versus second degree, and the biggest difference with first degree is I think is planning or the intent, not
Plan
just
and
the intent, but you plan to kill somebody. Whatever your
it's
plan was,
premeditated.
it involved killing somebody. So in that respect, I don't think they should charge them with first degree because of that. I think second degree is the
If they don't have no
best
evidence
case.
to that, yeah, second degree is the best case.
The best case to get a conviction. However, I still feel like it should be first degree, but I don't think he would get convicted at first degree. That might be.
Oh no, he
trying to
definitely won't
get
get.
him
He
off.
definitely won't
Yeah.
get convicted because they're gonna say they're gonna have to have a reason for it to be premeditated. And unless the prosecution can get the video footage of them inside the car and determine from whatever they said to him or whatever led to them taking him out of the car, like they might could, because if you put a man in a car and then you take him out of the car and you put your knee on his neck for 9 minutes, that seems that kind of premeditated.
No,
He's
they
already
was
in the
beating
car.
his ass in the car.
Yeah,
Right, but that's my point. My point is this though? Why did you take him out of the car?
that's
If you
true.
ain't take him out of the car to kill, you ain't take him out of the car to take his cuffs off and let him go. Then you take him out of the car to kill him.
Yeah.
So they probably
But that's
could
still-
get first
that's still-
degree.
But
I
see,
just
now,
think
first degree, you gotta have proof
it's gonna,
that it was planned from the beginning.
right. There's
You just can't
premeditated.
prove it.
Like you
And
gotta
he
have
gotta
without
have
a
a
doubt.
motive.
Yeah,
He ain't got no motive.
Yeah, and they gotta have a motive. Absolutely.
And
That's
they
the
don't
other
have
thing.
they don't have nothing
Right.
clear
They don't
right
have
now.
it. Right. So if
Maybe
they
they'll
charge him with that,
discover something during the case and they can
Right.
up the charge then.
right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, they did right by charging him with third degree in the first place, because I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to police getting convicted, some they're not going to convict one of their own, and that's the main issue with the system. They supposed to baptize them and make examples out of them, so people, the same way they make examples out of crack dealers, they don't want people selling crack. You get caught with a piece of rock this big, they won't give a nigga half a life. Come on, man, that
That's
don't
true.
even make sense. But people out there, cops out there killing people on camera. You know what I'm saying? You got the footage, and you mean to tell me you won't make an example out of this person so that you can stop this from happening again and again and again? When you don't make an example out of it, you make people feel like they can. You make them officers feel like, shit, I got a license to kill one of y'all motherfuckers if y'all
They
don't
can get
right.
away with it. They feel like they
Don't
can
do
get
it.
away with it, man.
Yeah.
Don't do what I
Like
say.
the
You can listen to my bad. I'm gonna just say this and let somebody else talk. You can just look at how officers act when they first approach you. They all bucks come with their chest out like, I'll fuck you up if you say something. And they come at you trying to entice you in the, you know what I'm saying, in the bad attitude or to
Jump
do something.
back if
You know
they
what I'm
want a
saying? Yeah,
reason.
exactly.
Yeah.
They feel like they got full
Like, yeah,
authority of the
you-
situation. They forget the fact that they work for us. We don't work for them.
How you
And there's
just taking the
plenty of
service.
them around here in North Charleston, out here in Berkeley County. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of them. It's plenty.
They ain't protecting the servant. They walk around bullying people, man.
Vaughn, what's
Trying
your
to
2
chop you
cents,
off.
brother?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What's that?
I'm gonna say, what's your 2 cents, brother?
I mean, that's exactly what it is. I mean, they supposed to protect and serve, but they walk around like they the authoritative figure or something. Like they can tell you what to do all the time, and that's way far away from their original job description and they function. Like you get a lot of people with that attitude, or you just got people who want that kind of power to run up on people like that. And the more they get away with it, the more bold they get. Because 9 times out of 10, when you see somebody who got an issue like how my man got, they done got 9, 10, 12 accounts of them doing it before. You know,
Yeah.
somebody trying to complain about it and it not going anywhere.
And I don't get this. I don't get why the cops seem to be the only profession where you can have all of these reprimands on your record, but you can still be walking around with a gun, patrolling the citizens. I don't get that shit.
Including killing people.
Yeah,
Including killing,
very much
not just
so.
regular
Because
reprimands.
he done been involved with
somebody.
some shootings already.
You can
Yeah.
kill
Yeah.
somebody, get fired, but no, I mean you can kill somebody, get fired in California, and go to Arizona and get a job as a police officer.
That's what happened to Ferguson.
But I can't even get fired from a collection job for not stealing or none of that shit, and I can't, and they won't rehire me.
It's,
That's
it's
how that
crazy.
system
Top
goes.
down.
That's
They
how
get
that
too many
system
protections,
goes,
in my opinion.
It's
See,
tough from
it's
the top
it's
down.
like this, man. Check this out. So, say you got a soldier or Marine over there in Iraq, and they have to obtain something. They have to, you know what I'm saying, they have to go get somebody. You think they gonna rough them up?
Nah,
They in the most
police?
extreme. They in the most extreme of settings. In one of the most stressful arenas.
I just realized all four of y'all been in the military.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you think they gonna go over there and rough somebody up? No, they gonna obtain them. They gonna bring them back safely, intact, unless they, fight back or whatever, and they got to.
right,
But
right.
for the most part, they're gonna get them. They're gonna bring them back to tame
Without incident.
and without incident at all.
So see
Ain't
that
nobody gonna break that rule, because you know what? You get charged under the UCMJ.
now. See that rolls me into my next thing I wanted to touch on is just racism and police brutality in and of itself. It's clear. It's highly clear that the police just don't like black people. It's clear. And I say police is a general blanket statement. Of course, I know there's blah, 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 police, whatever the case
Just say
may
something. Just say something.
But police don't like black people, man. Black people get targeted for way more things than any other race, in my
They
opinion.
started that way. I mean to cut you off. They started when they got trained, when they came into existence. That's what they were for. They would have beat our ass, take us to jail.
They were the
It
overseers,
ain't never
dog.
changed. It ain't never changed.
KRS-One said it. Overseers.
Right.
You get a certain
Overseer,
type of
overseer,
person going to be in the police.
And the sad part is they got us on the force, and they done brainwashed us to do what they say, to whoop
Yeah.
our ass.
Or
They had
just not say
a
nothing.
black cop from Baltimore. And check this out. She was the black lady was fighting the white cop. She wasn't even fighting him. She slapped him like 3 times, and he ain't hit her back. The black cop was behind her. He punched this lady in the side of the head.
Oh yeah,
blew
knocked
she hit
her
the
out. I
ground,
saw that.
knocked her out. Now they fired him, but the reaction to that was faster than them. You know what I'm saying? Locking these cops up. It's like, this shit is going on. Y'all fired that man instantly for that. This motherfucker killed somebody and y'all fired him, but they ain't locked him up. Wow, that don't make sense. That cop should get locked up for that. That's assault.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's assault. I know she hitting him, but
It's
guess what?
like those officers in in Atlanta, bro. Look at that shit that they did to them damn teenagers.
Oh yeah, the college students, Claflin and Spelman.
Yeah.
No,
I'll
That
tell
was
you
fucked
one
up.
thing though. Big up to Miss
Morehouse.
Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, because she put it down on that ass, dog.
Yeah,
she
quick.
did.
You know,
Keisha Bottoms, right?
Your
Yeah.
Lance Bottoms, yeah.
Lance Bottoms.
Man, Bob. Gotta say the whole.
Outstanding mayor of Atlanta.
Yeah. I'm glad she did that. She did the right thing. Now, why does it have to take? Well, of course, it has to take a black person in power to do these things, but it shouldn't have to take that. A black woman. I'm sorry, a black woman in power. That shouldn't be necessary in order for these type of actions or repercussions to come out.
You see how someone run the household?
But it is. And I'm glad that we
Just
had
saying,
one.
a black
do.
woman, dog. Hey, that
I
ain't nothing to
mean,
joke with,
black
dog.
women
You
are the
know that?
cornerstone of our existence, man. You can't deny
You
that.
know that? They mama to everybody, even back then in the time.
You
They
right.
were mama to they children.
Everybody was sucking on the titty.
Hell yeah.
Man, you know what's crazy? What I meant to say before in that last segment, just real quick. The police need to realize that they have a job, right? And it's no different than any other job. We all got managers that are not our bosses, and they can use their discretion when it comes to us doing certain tasks and certain jobs. The police are no different. you have to use discretion in your duty, man. You can't run up on people who are innocent with your gun out just because they're black. And then when you're just a white person, they can fight you for your gun and you pull out the taser. Like you can use discretion with them, but just like you said, Prime, they have no discretion with us. They don't like us. It's immediate. You get pulled over. Philando Castro, the officer walked up to the car. The man told him, "I have a gun and I have my registration." The nigga whipped his gun out. Man, I'm telling you, I didn't even have to give you that information. And he killed this man. This man was coming from work with his wife and with a woman in the car and a child in the back seat.
And a child.
No, they're coming from a movie.
And the cop shot into the car with a child in it.
Yeah.
Philando Castile.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. It's just, to me, it's very clear. I don't see why they try to defend or make it seem that it's not the case, but it's very, very clear that the police have a high disdain for black people.
Right.
And that's why when people say
cops, I mean black and white cops. They both treat black people the same. I ain't separating the black cops from the white cop. They ass do the same fucking shit.
Oh yeah, you know they love to show off for Massa. They love Massa.
That's
like the boys in the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. The team with Bernie Mac. Oh no, not Bernie Mac. I think about Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah, Bernie Mac, but
Same thing.
Oh shit.
But did y'all hear Tamika Mallory's
Can you give her?
Did y'all hear Tamika Mallory's speech?
I mean, for Q.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I love you.
She's the new Sister Soldier, straight up.
I'm telling you, man. I heard this shit, man. I'm gonna play it real fast.
Play it.
Y'all are the looters. America has looted black people.
So she was in Minneapolis and she gave a nice speech.
What is happening in America is that white nationalism ideology is running wild. And the reason why buildings are burning is because this city, this state would prefer preserving that white nationalism and that white supremacist mindset over arresting, charging, and helping to convict 4 officers who killed a black man. That is the reality of what we're dealing with. This is not just a few cops doing things across the country. This is not a good cop versus bad cop situation. This is Ahmaud Arbery being shot down by white men on the streets of Georgia. Breonna Taylor being killed in her home. This is in New York City where we were. Freedom, we were just in New York fighting the police officers who, in the name of social distancing, were damn near killing black young people on our streets. This is a coordinated activity happening across this nation. And so we are in a state of emergency. Black people are dying in a state of emergency. We cannot look at this as an isolated incident. The reason why buildings are burning are not just for our brother George Floyd. They're burning down because people here in Minnesota are saying to people in New York, to people in California, to people in Memphis, to people all across this nation, enough is enough. And we are not responsible for the mental illness that has been inflicted upon our people by the American government, institutions, and those people who are in positions of power. I don't give a damn if they burn down Target. Because Target should be on the streets with us, calling for the justice that our people deserve. Where was AutoZone at the time when Philando Castile was shot in a car, which is what they actually represent? Where were they? So if you are not coming to the people's defense, then don't challenge us when young people and other people who are frustrated and instigated by the people you pay. You are paying instigators to be among our people out there, killing rocks, breaking windows, and burning down buildings. And so young people are responding to that. They are enraged, and there's an easy way to stop it. Arrest the cops. Charge the cops. Charge all the cops. Not just some of them. Not just here in Minneapolis. Charge them in every city across America.
All right, I just want to play. I meant to stop it a little early, but it was so good. It's such a good speech.
Yeah, it was good.
Going off on that one.
It was
Y'all can hear that all right, right?
Yeah.
That's honestly the first time I heard that.
Yeah, man, that was a good speech that she said, man. and I felt it, man. I felt what she was saying, man. And what she was saying about the instigators, yeah, they have multiple evidence of people infiltrating and being imposters in all these
I
protests.
think that's why everything has started being more peaceful also.
Yeah, because they pointed them out, and so now they can't just sneak in there. People, they looking out for those type of people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
Watching
what
to
they
make
have to
sure
do.
they're not disrupting the peaceful side of what everybody trying to do.
Yeah.
They already
And not
linked
only
to
that-
some of the Aryan Nation groups, right? Some of the racist groups, right?
Mhm.
They already
White
linked to them.
nationalists.
Go ahead, Rex. What you were saying?
No, I've been talking about. He been talking about them white nationalists trying to, you know, fuck shit up or whatever. But they weeding them boy out now, man. So
Yeah.
that's how come the protest can be peaceful. Everything can happen the way it's supposed to happen, and things about to be different this time, man. For real.
Yeah, I got that feeling too.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I want to see. One thing I do want to see is because you know Saturday had a lot of protests on Saturday, and then Sunday. I don't know about Sunday to be honest. But Monday they had more protests. Yesterday they had something. I saw something today. Now I saw the crowds getting smaller and smaller as the days goes on. What I don't want to see is that people stop. I don't want to see people stop. And then sometimes though I feel like they're not paying attention unless there's some kind of
Ignorance going on.
Yeah.
I won't say violent
that
activity. I don't want to say ignorance, but violent activity of sort.
That
That's
part too.
ignorance. That's ignorance. The same thing.
I don't think it's all ignorance. Some of it is just frustration.
Ignorance, man.
I agree with you, Vaughn.
I ain't listen. I ain't saying that it's bad because I'm calling it ignorance.
Right. I think everybody understand what you're saying, Rex. Like, but what they're saying is because it's an emotional reaction. It's not necessarily, some of it is an emotional reaction. It's not necessarily ignorant, because ignorant is when you know and you just doing it. Ignorant is the ones who, like y'all said, just out there just doing it for the ignorant ones. The white motherfuckers who out there actually, you know what I'm saying, looting like the police out there busting out windows, covered up, trying to, you know what I'm saying? That's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You ignorant as hell for trying to be out here trying to influence people to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? To just, you know what I'm saying? Just
no
like
reason.
intentionally try to make the movement of what we trying to bring light to,
attention away from
try
it,
to
yeah.
tarnish it. That's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? The people who do reacting off emotion because they frustrated, they fed up and they mad, who really just breaking shit and burning shit that they ain't actually looking to make a come up and steal some shit and sell it, or to steal. Nah, the motherfuckers who out there just fucking shit up. Any cracker they see, they fucking them up. Any cop they see, they trying to fuck them up. Any police car, whatever. That's not ignorant to me. That's just an emotion. You know what I'm saying? That's been boiled up. That's coming out of some people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, Rex, go ahead.
No, I mean, but to me, the shit just, all they got to do is just stop cops from killing black people. Just like
Just
how
do
Mike
the right
Pence
thing.
said, you know. Just do the right thing.
Tall order,
Whatever
brother.
reason, think about it. The only reason this shit keep going on and on and on because they keep killing black people out in the streets.
We know that they act, and they know that they just act.
Yeah,
like they
and they
don't-
everybody
on
watched that video, man. They watched that man die, cry for his mom and everything.
But
And
it ain't
they
nothing gonna
still-
change.
some
There ain't
people-
Now
nothing
think about
happening.
it now.
And
Think
some
about
people
it.
still got the nerve to say, well, we don't know if he killed him. He ain't die right there. You can't be
all
serious.
kind of shit.
Yeah,
Right.
like, come on,
Hey.
man. We done watched this shit from Rodney King. I mean, and think about it, y'all. When Rodney King shit popped off, we've been young, man. Think about how
Yeah.
old we is now, and
What,
this shit's
90?
still happening,
Man,
man.
92?
it's happening
It
more.
really is.
Yeah,
It happened
92.
before that. That's the first, like when they had cameras. Like that was the early point of
See,
people
and that's the
Man.
whole point, dog. Because
Thank God for-
it ain't
thank
happening
God for
more.
none of
It's
that
it's getting recorded more, dog. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
It ain't
That's
happening
totally
more
different.
because shit
Right,
been
right.
happening for the longest time.
Wait,
Man,
Vaughn,
you know
go
what's
ahead.
real?
Wait, Vaughn, let me hear what you guys say. Hold on, T. Vaughn, let me hear what you about to say.
No, I was just saying, like, as far as when he was saying, like, the Rodney King, I mean, you can count back as far as America, as far as them boys been roaming the earth, really. It's just now everybody on social media, everybody got so much access to see what actually happened. Because if nobody recorded it, I guarantee their story would have sounded totally different. That shit would have been treated totally
always been.
different.
They
always
got
been
off any fucking way.
They about to justify it because he been fighting or something. Was that?
Well, I was saying, like the same thing you were saying. Thank God for technology and cameras, man, because it not only is catching them in the act of doing, you know, these crimes. But it's making it so obvious that they know it's wrong because now they out here getting caught lying about being beat up by black people. Dude, he got a big bow and arrow in the street talking about, I yelled out my window.
Yeah, I
police
seen
lives,
that.
all
I
lives
saw
matter.
that.
Then he gonna say 2 black guys beat me through my window, and they did this. He said, "How you get 2 holes in your head? 2 black guys." I yelled out something. All lives matter. 2 black guys beat me through the window. Then the next thing you know, you see a
Lying
clip.
ass.
He in the middle.
That's like that
Exactly. He in the middle of the
Charleston,
street.
man try to plant the taser.
Yeah, he dropped somebody with that
Right,
damn
the
bow
same
and arrow.
thing.
And then the crowd rushed him.
The crowd beat his ass. He ain't just 2 black
Exactly.
people.
Slim,
The crowd beat his
I
ass.
lied about that, 'cause he ain't
I ain't
just
see
2
but
brothers.
one black person in that video, and the dude was on top of the car. He got like the last 2 licks. By then, my man been done. The dude jumped on top of the car. But everybody I see bum rush that dude was white. The same way with that lady in Target. She's sitting there talking about black people. That I was trying to stop.
She's stabbing people at the door.
Stabbing people at the door. You ain't say nothing about that. Dude.
Wait a minute.
You don't even work for Target, and you out here faking it.
Y'all-
They got footage.
y'all- wait.
Walking.
Wait. What the fuck is y'all talking about?
It's a
You ain't
white
see that
lady.
shit?
Way before, when this shit first jumped off, the very first day this shit jumped off, it was a white lady in a wheelchair at the back door of Target when everybody was
I heard
She
about
was in an electronic wheelchair, and she pulled up and tried to block people from going in and out of the Target. First and foremost, lady, you don't work for Target, and they not even out here or have the police out
You
here
was
talking.
blocking black people.
She was blocking, just the black people. She wasn't fucking with the white people. She was only blocking black people. So then when they started fucking her up, she pulled out a knife and started trying to stab the people who was coming around her, Slim. And a white dude took the fire extinguisher and sprayed her ass with the fire extinguisher, hosed her down. And then everybody started throwing her ass out. They started
He
throwing
cooled her ass out, dog.
So right after you see that clip, you see a
Sick
clip
all
of
the fight
her.
out there.
Somebody interviewing her. Somebody said, "What happened to you?" She said, "Yeah, I got attacked by black people. I was trying to stop that." I was all, "You lying like shit." They showed the clip. You was getting your ass whooped by all
But it's so
kinds of-
natural to say that.
Bitch.
It's so natural to say that, man.
but
It worked
that's
so
the-
long that they haven't gotten over the fact that all I got to do is say a black dude did this, and
Just
it
like the
usually
lady in the
works.
park. There's a
Yep.
black
Hey.
man threatening me and my dog. Nah, they
You're
got y'all
comfortable.
ass on camera. So not only do we got y'all on camera, y'all police killing us, but we got y'all on camera lying, saying we did shit. Y'all still
Setting
trying
it
to
up
act
for
like
it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
And the bad thing about it is that if it wasn't for cameras, they would take their side.
Right.
They would believe what they
happened
say.
at all before.
That's
Yeah.
where it comes in with the black cops, because for years they've been sitting there watching this shit happen, and they've been corroborating the motherfucking police report that don't even got none of the real story in it.
Yep.
The white cops say you better corroborate the story. The whole time they done killed the nigga. The nigga wasn't resisting to none of that shit. The black cops sit right there. Let somebody that looks like him family suffer. All for what? Some money? Over a job? Some dollars?
So-
Just to keep them boy liking you, because you know that's a big part of our problem. You always want them boy acceptance, them boy approval, them boy inclusion, instead of them standing on your own island, standing on your own too. I'll
Right.
just be quiet so I won't stir up trouble for myself, or I have to take the stance forever.
And the sad part is they don't realize that all it's gonna take is one thing to happen for them to throw his ass under the bus. Any given day, he could be a
it might not even
motherfucker.
take nothing to happen. Them boy might just get jammed up in a place where they can't play it off. So you the fall guy. You
Yeah,
just
they
saying
gonna put
no.
the
You
body
the
on
fall
you.
guy since day one.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna pose this question, right? And Hannibal, I want you to answer this one first. So, what y'all think about the statement people were saying about don't film me, help me? As far in terms of you see a cop mistreating a person of color, and instead of staying back, you jump in to help. What you feel about that? Because I'll say originally I was like, no, you probably don't want to get involved. You're gonna get charged with assault on a cop and all this other stuff. But then I was like, you know what? That's what they want you to feel. They want you to feel like you shouldn't be helping one another. You know what I mean? And leave your brother or your sister on their own to deal with whatever they want to mitigate out.
Or do something to intervene. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I agree with it, but I want to hear what you got to say about it, Hannibal.
So first, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call 911 on they motherfucking ass. But I'm gonna intervene though. I want to jump in. I want to help.
What if it's too late to call 911?
It's
It's
too
never
late.
too late. I mean, you can call them when you're on the way to intervene. At least somebody tried to step up and see something is going wrong.
All they're gonna
You know,
tell you is
send
don't
somebody
get
else
involved.
to the
All 911 gonna say is don't get involved. Police are on the way.
I mean, they can say that shit, but the decision already made. Just like my man said. I mean, I could go help anyway. I'm just
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to
helping anyway.
go
I
around the
mean-
right channels first.
I just seen a video where in New York, a cop had someone, but he was roughing him up. Dude came and was like, boom, he hit him with something, got the cup off of him, and told dude, come on, let's go. And they hauled ass the other way and took off.
I'm mad at that.
Got away.
I don't know what he was doing, but I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, no,
But
because
it
he was,
takes some people
no,
to
the
do it.
cop was
Everybody
roughing
ain't
dude
be
up.
doing it.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I was gonna say. I think it depends on every circumstance has a different situation. If it's just me and ain't nobody else out there to help, you know what I'm saying? And it's more than, you know what I'm saying, 4 or 5 cops. I'ma record and help. Like I'm fucked. I gotta pull out the phone. Like I'd be dumb to just try to jump in and help. Cause now instead of being one dead motherfucker, it's gonna be 2. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pull out my phone and help. But if it's multiple people, if it's a crowd out there, yeah, fuck pulling out your phone, cause somebody else got a phone. I'm about to mix this shit up a little bit, man. Like y'all gotta get the fuck up off him, and hopefully enough people will be around to where they'll be like, yeah, get the fuck
Jump
off
into
of him. Like
it.
not just from a distance, but like literally walk up on them and like, man, push them off him, like get up off this man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to, you know what I'm saying, get an assault charge on an officer, but body up on his ass. Like, come on, man, get up off the nigga. Like you gotta have that emotion. Like you see somebody, you killing this motherfucker. What, like, I don't give a fuck if
Yeah, but that's what I'm
like
saying. You
get the
might
fuck up
actually
off
stop the death by doing that.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, just by doing that. Like, I think when they saying help, speak up, like say something to them. Try to intervene some type of way. Like
Hell,
maybe you can break their train of thought or something.
I feel like you got to be physical because even in the video of George Floyd, they were saying, get off him. The man said he can't breathe. They didn't give a fuck what you were saying.
Yeah, you gotta
be. I mean, just saying something ain't gonna be enough.
Yeah, you gotta.
But I
box
mean, if
somebody
you
up.
go up there and push him, just getting them boy attention to you for a second, at least that man could have get a couple goals.
Because what's gonna happen is it was.
It's 3 other officers there now. It's 3 other officers.
But that's what I was about to say. I ain't see the whole video, but they said it was 4 total officers, right? So if 3 of them is on his back, and 1 of them is standing and keeping people back. If 2 people intervene, 1 of them 3 officers are gonna have to get up and help that man that's standing up by himself. So that's gonna take it from being 3 people on his back to maybe 1 person, or they all might get up and he pick him up off the ground and decide to put him in the car.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But at least that gets some pressure off of him. You know what I'm saying? Because if that 1 officer is able to keep 15 people at bay, and all y'all sitting there recording, and ain't nobody trying to at least make that 1 officer work, ain't none of them gonna get up off his ass. They ain't got to, because he got it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
they say they had the body cam footage.
I didn't see that. But Rex, I ain't hear you chime in yet, Rex.
Man, I've been saying the same thing the whole time. I mean, well, as far as like with that, because we talk about that off air, but you got to do something. You know, I don't agree with everybody jumping on the young lady who actually took the video. You know, because she a woman.
17.
Who jumping on her?
Yeah, the internet.
Got the move and everything, man.
Yeah, they always got something to say. Everybody always got something to say.
Oh, boy.
I mean, to me, y'all depend. Like, if you got your crew out there with them and some more people out there, you got to mob them dudes, man. You got to mob them boy out. You got to get them boy off that brother. You got to know going into that shit, you might get locked up or something might happen. But you got to do something. You know, it's high time that we stop standing
get arrested. How many times?
Things happen. Yeah, it's high time we stop standing by and watching things happen.
You're right, man. I am.
Ain't nothing gonna change if we
that.
don't. Ain't nothing gonna change if we don't.
Nothing.
Because you could be
that's
next.
why motherfuckers out here burning and tearing shit up. You know what I'm
You
saying?
could be next, man. You could definitely be next.
Yeah, exactly. Don't wait until somebody you love decide to go out here and want to tear some shit up or make some noise, because people been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like they already mad. You know what I'm saying? We've been waiting on everybody else to get on board. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the shit that really frustrated me, man, is we got other races in this shit helping us out. We still ain't. It's like, goddamn. Well, white people, it's just them. You know what I'm saying? Like 9 times out of 10, it's just all white people. They so evil. Most people ain't gonna band with them unless it's a rich motherfucking white person. But the
Right.
the white supremacists, the straight up hatred ones, they don't want no motherfucking other race to help them, and they ain't got no other race helping them, and they doing their motherfucking thing. You see where we at? They got their boot on our neck, but it's
But
slowly surely
we
coming up.
always wait on somebody else to help us. We got to
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
we don't
That's
we can't move by ourselves until them
We-
boys start speaking up. Like you just all climb around that one white lady who's speaking up for Black Lives Matter instead of us just being like, regardless of who else on our side, we got to be on our side.
Exactly.
Don't stop waiting for permission, man.
Hey, I think before everybody used to want to say the saying was, "Oh, we just gonna pray and hope everything gonna be okay, and we gonna pray for them and we forgive them." I'm glad I'm not hearing that now. No, we're not forgiving you for that shit we've been putting up with.
Fuck no.
For,
Yeah,
They don't ask for
almost
forgiveness.
500
Just like
years,
Dylan
bro.
Roof said,
Like
I
over
don't want
400
your
years.
forgiveness.
Exactly. They don't want no forgiveness. They don't care.
Hell no, they don't want that shit. They don't give two shits about you.
Boy,
They
never
don't care
ask
for
for
you.
our forgiveness, man.
Man, those supremacists look at us as being their inferior. No matter how
Very much so.
what way we prove or can show that we're superior to them, they always are gonna look at us as their inferior. They feel like they're superior beings to us. They feel as if they're smarter than us, that they do everything better than us. They feel like they just feel like they're more manly than what we are.
That's why they do those things to try to display their quote unquote dominance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They try to make it seem like we can do this and you
Well, that
can't do
word
shit
again.
about it.
They go that word
That's all
again.
they got
dominant.
left, though. That's all they have left, that illusion. And
Right
they
now,
use
they
that
working
up
on
and
the
they
fear.
exactly of everything. That's pretty much what it boils down to.
It's the
If
illusion of
they
it.
know if they give it an even field, they know who's gonna come out on top. So I mean, their last little thing is to just try to take you
always
off from the
cheating.
the leg or something. I'm gonna try to take your legs from under you because I know I can't play you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, it's
Hell
a scary
yeah.
thing to it. You can see a lot of them boys be really nervous as soon as they start getting a little bit of stress, man.
Now we all think about now. This kind of inconsequential at this point, but the conflicting autopsy reports.
Oh,
Why would the medical examiner even risk his? Why you feel he thought it was okay for him to risk his job lying
White
to
privilege.
the public with that bullshit report he had
Every
or she had? Whatever.
cop show, dog. Every cop show. They can pay. They done shown it time and time again. They get paid off.
It doesn't make no sense for you to come out there and lie. You a doctor or whatever the fuck you
You trying to
labeled
protect
as.
I want
somebody.
to see.
they're a part of the team. That's when you ain't
Yeah,
understand.
exactly.
They all a
Exactly.
part of the team.
I want to see how fast he lose his job and get his license stripped.
Sure hope so, because him right along with Bob Crow, who's the president of the police union in Minnesota or Minneapolis or whatever. He coming out there defending his cops, saying he advocating to get their jobs back, and how George Floyd was a criminal, and he didn't say he deserved what he got, but it was something along the lines of what his officers did wasn't wrong.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, they gotta get the. I was gonna save him for sit your ass down, but man, that shit pissed me off to read that shit earlier, man.
I ain't know that.
It's all good. It's all good.
Bob Crow, that's his name, president of the police union over in Minnesota.
We gotta see.
It's
the
an open
evidence.
discussion, ain't
Okay.
it? Bring it
It's
up. Sit his ass down.
It's
Mhm.
He need to sit his ass
frustrating,
the
man.
fuck down.
It's frustrating, man, that if a black person tried to pull some shit like that, what that medical examiner did, nigga would have been locked up. He wouldn't have just lost his job. They would have locked his ass up. But that's what I'm saying. That's what needs to happen. These motherfuckers got to start getting punished and made examples of, man, or nothing is going to change like fast. Like, it's changing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, be rain on no, you know what I'm saying, with the progress that we are making. But they got to start holding these motherfuckers accountable, man. Like, the same way they would do us, motherfuckers would baptize one of us. We gonna get stripped license, you know what I'm saying, locked up, fined, all kind of shit for doing some, for what? Falsifying a motherfucking autopsy and trying to say the real fucked up part was he tried to make it seem like this man was gonna die right then and there.
Yeah, he was gonna die
Regardless
anyway.
of the police that showed up
Yeah.
with him. So he was gonna go in there and spend this big $20 bill. As soon as he walked out, this nigga was gonna drop dead any motherfucking way.
Yeah.
The police pulled up.
Yeah.
Come the fuck on, man.
Man,
Yeah,
hey,
lock this motherfucker up because he.
And you know that's
he
the worst thing
practiced a
about it, because this man
And you got to check what else Park even doing. You got to go back in his
Wait, hold on, Rex. Rex, what you was saying, Rex?
No, I'm saying the bad thing about it, this man got killed over a $20 bill.
A $20 bill that they claimed was fake.
That they claim was fake. You know
I don't even know if it came out that it was or wasn't.
And guess what? We'll never know unless they want us to know. Oh yeah, that
Hey,
nigga
you know what it is?
$20 bill too. He been
It'd
counterfeit
have been
money.
a
And I
young
doubt
cat
it
in
is,
there,
man,
they got
because
it
he's
wrong.
around people who got it. Mhm.
What happened?
I say it been a young cat and he got it wrong. That $20 bill been real. He ain't do what he was supposed to do to make sure it was. That's that. As far as I know, that's how I look at it. George ain't did nothing wrong.
But
You know what I'm saying?
But T, you brought up an interesting point that kind of segues me into my next question. What do you guys really think we should be focusing our efforts on as far as the root problem of dealing with all this police brutality, all of this shit that we dealing with?
You heard what Killer Mike said, right?
Wait, hold on, Vaughn, go ahead. Hold on, I'm gonna come back to you, Hannibal.
No, I just like insulting this nigga anyway, but just like your president Donald Trump, I mean, there been good people on both sides in Charlottesville. This man don't speak up on nothing else, but yet you threaten the protesters with the military. You know what I mean? Like when you got that at the very top, it's hard to convince people to change their mind and stop doing some shit when you getting condoned by the people who in charge of you. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Boss tell you to damn rough up niggas. What's gonna make you start roughing up niggas when you enjoy roughing up niggas? You know what I mean? Like it's layer on top of layer, but it come down from the top. Like, you know what I mean? If you start if you charge your boy chief with accessory with them, then all of a sudden, like the heads of the damn police department gonna have to start looking at their officers better. Like, you know what I mean? Your officers, they ain't getting in trouble and you ain't doing shit about it. But if you start getting them boy in trouble and you get in trouble because people under your watch is doing fucked up shit, you know what I mean? You start that shit rolling uphill instead of shit rolling downhill.
Yeah, I like that. Hannibal, what you was about to say?
I said you heard what Killer Mike said, right?
Yeah, I was actually gonna play his clip in a little bit, but yeah.
Well, just play him now then, because I dig what that dude said, though. That dude, man,
I got it right here.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell him like T.I. did. This is Wakanda. We must protect it.
You know they roast T.I. for that shit.
Hey man, my dog said what he said.
Hold on,
right?
he said that before that's what he said, because they said he went before Killer Mike. That's what he said?
Yeah.
No, he pretty much said everybody, hey man, don't fuck your own shit up. Like, don't stop fucking your own shit up. He's like, we gotta treat this is Wakanda.
This is our Wakanda, yeah.
Oh man, come on, man.
We can put him into
They're
gas.
saying our Wakanda, man. We don't need to hear that shit, man. Come on, T.I.
Yeah. He on the list prime.
He might go up there and talk, man, because you know T.I. trying to use all the big words. But the only niggas that's impressed by that shit is hood niggas, man. Not no. Hey, to everybody else, that's just regular words, man. T.I. ain't saying nothing. The nigga ain't no man. I ain't gotta look in the dictionary to keep up with him, man. Why he trying to make Killer Mike on the ground? Nigga ain't political at all.
The boys do a lot of work they do a lot of work in the West Side, so that's why.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and play Killer Mike little spot real fast for y'all, boy.
That it is your duty not to burn your own house down for anger with an enemy. It is your duty to fortify your own house so that you may be a house of refuge in times of organization. And now is the time to plot, plan, strategize, organize. So my question for us on the other side of this camera is, after it burns, will we be left with charred, or will we rise like a phoenix out of the ashes that Atlanta has always done? Will we use this as a moment to say that we will not do what other cities have done, and in fact, we will get better than we've been? I can tell you is that if you sit in your homes tonight, instead of burning your home to the ground, you will have time to properly plot, plan, strategize, and organize and mobilize in an effective way.
Now that's the part I love what he said. You know, plot, plan, strategize, organize. You know what I mean? I think that outline is very, very important for us moving forward, because you know everybody has all this anger that they want to get out and you know and put out there, but we need to channel that anger and all that energy into something that's going to work for us, not just to make noise, but to make change of some sort. So what you were saying earlier, Hannibal, you had brought up the Killer Mike thing. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you brought up the Killer Mike thing about us focusing our efforts. Like, still, like, what should we be focusing on? Like, police brutality is just a stem from the tree.
All right, so pretty much, like he was breaking down, one thing we can start using the system to help us. You know what I'm saying? Like what they got considered sometimes low populated areas, they not low populated because people not doing their census, which is important for you to get done also. And you can, if you want to make a difference within your community and for the Senate, go out and vote for the primary elections. Like in South Carolina, is June 9th. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and vote. You can make a difference by voting somebody in, especially, and do your homework. Don't just go put down your vote because it's a name on, it's a Democrat or a Republican. Do your homework and look at their views. You know what I'm saying? See where they're coming from, because just because they're a Republican, they might have views that resonate with what you want in your area or in your state or whatever. Start looking at other places in your local area, like your superintendents and all the other stuff. Start, going out there and vote on them.
Can I ask a question?
You can go to scvote.org or .gov. Might be .com, but it's .gov, I think. You can go there and you can look up the information on whenever it's time to vote and all the other stuff. But also for us as a people, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta really start focusing on. I know everybody been preaching it. Yeah, I do it. You know what I'm saying? Support Black businesses and start working together. Start networking together. Like, if we can start together, you know what I'm saying? That's what desegregation got us. We start helping each other. That hurt us.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Desegregation hurt us.
It did.
You know what
I'm
saying?
It really did, man.
If we can start coming together and working.
Yeah, some people don't know how to handle freedom, I guess, because damn sure did.
And smaller and like in small communities, and that started expanding, and then we can start networking in our own community, in your Black community, to bring in something to that Black store, that corner market store on the corner that's now acting as a residential grocery store where they have the goods or whatever, because they're getting it from Joe Henry down the street over there, because he do all, you know what I'm saying, he do all the meat processing. He the butcher. You know what I'm saying? Or they go over there to Maydem where they got cows and milk and all that, just shit like that, just talking about like back in the day. But now it's different, you know what I'm saying? This person know about the financial stuff, this person know how to handle this, and we got all this working together, and everybody working in the same community, and we networking together, and then boom, what we got? We got a whole nother Black Wall Street.
Okay.
Right up under their damn nose, because we start successfully working together.
Light Skin Leon, you say you had a question.
Yeah, I had a question, man. I hope I don't sound. I guess like they say, no question is a dumb question. But I don't know much about politics, and I can admit to being ignorant about voting when it comes to like knowing all of the candidates. It's not an excuse, but it's a lot of damn names on the ballot. I just did mine yesterday. And what I did was, because I was researching some of the people, man, but it became a tedious process. What I did was initially, because I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying, on the fence about Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders, I voted for Biden because on the ballot they got all the Democrats. Like, it's almost like they trying to trick you. They don't even the people who've already fallen out, they still got them on the ballot, like you can even vote for them. Which
I was about to ask, like, ain't nobody like Joe.
Right, but on the ballot that I had, Slim, everybody that all, what was it, like 20 people, 18 or something like that, all of them was on the ballot.
Away votes.
Exactly.
Try to confuse people.
So when I'm doing it right, I put in for Biden, and then I'm looking and I'm like, well, damn, they got all of the Democrats, for the positions, they have who their running mate is, if they're with Biden or if they're with Bernie Sanders or whoever else.
Okay.
So initially I was going with certain people with Sanders, but then I was talking to some people and it was like, well, it makes more sense to just go with everybody that's under Biden, because if you're voting for Biden, you want the people that work with him to be in office with him so that things can get done. Otherwise, if you putting people, if you voting for people that work for Bernie Sanders, but Joe Biden gets voted in as president,
Right.
but the people who working under him are a mixture of people for whoever the white lady is with glasses, because they still
Elizabeth
got
Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. If you done voted for somebody with her, they on his board or his council,
See what you're
and
saying.
somebody from 2 people from Bernie Sanders, then he only got 1 or 2 people from his own. That's gonna cause us as Democrats to bump heads again, and we're not gonna be able to get nothing.
But no, you need all included. You can't just pick one side of nothing. Like, I mean, if you vote for all Biden people now, everything he said gonna be a great idea in their mind, and you will end up in the same bullshit we get now. Like, you need people to be like, no, I really don't agree with you on that. You know what I mean? Like,
right. That's why I'm asking, because I'm not.
You can't work together. You might not agree on all points, but you can't say you can't have anybody that with an opposing view or opposing idea. Like, that's how you create.
Because it may work like this.
I saw it like that initially. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this person may say this person under Biden may have this idea of how we could change the educational system around or whatever. This person has under Bernie has a different idea and a different route and a proven method, a more proven method.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can mix that up, you know what I'm saying? Because you might not agree with what they got going on.
Yeah. You always need diversity.
Yeah,
You can't anytime you take away a difference of opinion, then you taking away the truth at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rex, what you got to say about some of this? About as far as what we need to be doing to what we need to focus some of this energy on?
Oh, my bad.
A lot of like Hannibal said, man, a lot of networking. Because I agree, and me and people have arguments about that all the time. Shit, desegregation hurt us, man. I mean, real big. And when we've been coming up at our time, when we've been younger, we kind of see the last parts of that shit, because we had corner stores and stuff like that downtown, and we basically been like a low community to ourselves. You had Back to Green, the Borough, the Drive. We all had our own little stores and stuff like that you could go to or whatever. And they slowly just shut that down because the people stopped going to Nights and all the little mom and pop stores we know and start going to the big stores and run them boy out. So now we trying to reverse everything and get back to that. And that's going to be the hardest thing to do, because you got to touch hearts and minds. And it's real hard to change people's minds and hearts when they believe in something. So
it ain't fashionable to shop black.
I'm from a smaller area, and they still got McNish Corner Store in my hometown, in the South Side Mini Market and all that other stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? It's still, but I think it's in more smaller places where the corner store is thriving. You know what I'm saying? You know, kind of sort of in big places like New York too, where it's more fast paced. People just run in and out to get what they need and shit like that.
I agree that our local...
I think it.
Go ahead, T.
I was gonna say, I think the problem, one of the problems too, is it ain't fashionable to shop black. You know what I'm saying? We'll go out and spend $500 on a pair of Gucci pants or a shirt, but to argue a black person down in their store about paying $40 or $50 for a shirt, then a nigga sit there and critique the shirt. This ain't that.
Way harder.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, you don't go on Gucci and do nothing but put on the shit. They might not even have your size. You're like, fuck it.
Some shit tear up like Kanye's peeling.
Hey, but think of how long we've been doing that, though.
Buy an outfit that look like a fucking street bum for $500-$600 for just a shirt. Hey, come on, man.
But think of how long we've been doing that, though. Think of how long we've been doing that. We've been doing that since we've been in school. And the worst thing about it, even our parents been doing that when we've been in school, because at that time we ain't had no money to buy that shit. Them boy had to get that shit for us.
Yeah.
So you always been like, you on top of stuff. You better than this person or whatever. That mindset of having us clashing against each other. They always love that.
What you were saying, Vaughn?
No, I'm pretty much saying the same thing he was saying, but then I look at it, a lot of it as, like, when you look at stuff like the election, you don't ever hear them boy trying to pander to no Asian Americans and no, like, them boy already got their own little community, got their own network economics. We the only people that just free willing to throw money in anybody's hand who be nice to us for 2 hours or give us one little fucking handout. And now we at boy mercy, like we do. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like as a whole, we just scared to separate ourselves and be like, hey, this ours. You know what I mean? Y'all can, how them boys treat us, like y'all can shop here, y'all can buy into it, but this is not really made for. Like how can Tommy Hilfiger, what's the suit? I can't think of it. The suit manufacturer. No, it's more like the S&K type thing. I can't think
Men's Warehouse?
Huh?
Men's Warehouse?
No, it's like, it's some initials. I can't think of it.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, the boy, like, they can sit there and pretty much say, like, the same F you, the same who I intended my audience to be. And we still break out there and go spend money that we don't have to show somebody else that I got this shirt that I can't afford, that you can't afford. You know what I mean?
Y'all think that people are willing to sacrifice for that greater good? Because if we're gonna say we're gonna support black communities, we're gonna buy black, deal with black, everything black, you're gonna have to give that. You're gonna have to sacrifice certain things. Now I don't know exactly what all those things are, but there's gonna be some sacrifice involved as far as availability for things, options for different types of things. You're gonna have some kind of sacrifice. You think people willing to do that for the greater good?
Sacrificing involuntarily right now.
Huh? What you say?
We're sacrificing involuntarily right now.
Yeah, but what I mean is like for example, you have the option to go out and buy sneakers from Nike. You got all these options you can buy from Nike, you know, or all these clothing stores and things like that. But if you're gonna just shop black, you're not gonna have those same options. You know what I mean? You're gonna only be able to get some British Nikes or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Only black.
You want some BKs?
I'm just saying.
A couple calls and see if I can put you on.
Well, see, this is what I do.
Your options are gonna be limited. So you're going to be sacrificing a lot of things in order to make that greater good come to fruition. I think it's worth it, but
like a lot of times, like that's like going on a better diet. You don't realize you might need to get away from spending $200 on some fucking Nikes when you ain't got a running car.
That's very true.
Well,
that's very true.
I put it like this:
it's just sometimes it's just a mindset.
I ain't spending $200 on no shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna catch them hoes on sale first. But
you gonna still get them though. But you gonna still get them.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them.
I never spend $200 on sneakers, but I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? That's not a necessity.
Yeah, I'm a shop.
Yeah, we all different now. We all on that. Probably none of us do none of that shit. I just tell you, last time I splurged on myself on clothes. I got kids, so
right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm a shop black. Like, I go look first, like, okay, let me see what type of T-shirt they got, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what this look like, or let me see what this look like. Because on Facebook, you start seeing it pop up more and more and more, more and more and more. You like, I got a couple of them saved to my Safari. So,
I was in Charleston. I went to the Charlie Company clothing store in the Northwest Mall. I went down there, and I looked at the T-shirts, and T-shirts were fairly simple shirts, nice shirts, decent shirts, but fairly simple. But they was like $25, $28, right, for a T-shirt. And I'm like, but then I'm like, I would have probably bought this shirt if it was some other kind of brand or some shit. Why not spend this money with a black-owned company that represent my city, for one, but black-owned, number two? And like, to me, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 shirts. I typically would not have done that, but I'm like, just because it's a black-owned company, I don't mind doing it. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people got to be able to make that decision, make that choice to say, you know what? Simply because it's black-owned and I want to support, I'm going to spend this money.
Yeah, like when I
And the
went
more,
to
the more
Atlanta,
you do that, the more the price can come down too.
Yeah,
hey,
the more you buy, you right.
yeah, when you start buying more, the pricing does come down.
Yeah.
Now, when I went to Atlanta for Music Fest last year, a lot of the vendors out there is all black. I'm trying to remember, was it all black? I don't remember seeing any white vendors out there. And I bought stuff while I was out there. Hey, nice stuff, nice little shirts. I got a nice little hat. I got a nice little hemp bag. And you know what I'm saying? I got some beard stuff and all some other stuff like that. Like, and I try to get cards for them. And then I'll go to their website and see what else they got. Like maybe they got something that I like. I know my cousin, he started doing t-shirts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just got a t-shirt for him. Of course I'm gonna support, cause $20 for a t-shirt, I'll spend $20 for a t-shirt if I go, say I want to go get a specific type of t-shirt and I know, oh, I can't go grab that from Walmart like I usually go get my little t-shirts from or whatever.
Sometimes I just
go in the mall, you know what I'm saying? $20 for a t-shirt, okay, if it's nice looking and I like it, shit, I'm gonna get it.
If I know somebody that got a black business, I buy something from them even if I don't plan to use it. You know what I mean? Just because I want to show support. You know what I'm saying? Or I at least tell somebody of us a service, I tell somebody about it so somebody might be interested in it. You know what I mean? But I do it just off the strength for most part. It ain't even I might not even like the product, but because it's a black-owned business, I don't have no problem supporting that at all.
That's what's up.
Do that. That's what's up. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, man. I
I'm
think
the same way.
it's gonna take us to come together on that front, man. I think I agree with you, Vaughn and Hannibal, that you know supporting black businesses is a very high priority thing we need to do, and we need to mean it, not just say it. We need to mean it. Like you were saying, T, about our local governments and stuff like that. We definitely need to vote and get the right people in place. We need to try changing some of these policies, man.
Yeah, and we need to find out about the candidates, you know, see who out there, see what they really all about, start going to town halls, you know, stuff like that, stuff that we don't normally do. You know, we got to change the game.
And I want to double back to something that you had said earlier, Vaughn, about the Trump threatening to use the Insurrection Act, threatening military force or whatever on protesters. And what I did like about when he made that statement was that the the Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, he was against that shit. He was like, "No, what the fuck is wrong with you?"
Right? Yeah.
But why somebody always got to keep correcting this man? Like, if I got to tell you how to do your job daily, then why are you clocking in? You know what I mean? But I mean, at the same time, this is a child, but he's doing dangerous stuff. He's doing illegal stuff. You couldn't do that shit on your job. Half the stuff he did, you couldn't do it on your job.
No, hell no.
Like, you mean to tell me this man Higgins damn lead the free world when you saying wild stuff about women? You pretty much saying you're a racist with an eye wink type thing. You know what I mean? At some point, you just got to hold them boy accountable for they legislative and how you say you got to change policy. Like you got to see a policy that's messed up. You see who's responsible for keeping it in place, and you start holding their feet to the fire.
Now, Charlemagne said something that I actually agreed with, and I don't agree with a lot of stuff he said. But what he said was, if you have the people in power that are benefiting off of white supremacy and the way these laws are created to support white supremacy or keep them in power that benefit them, if they're not willing to change it, what do we do? What can we do? What do we do, but what can we do?
Hey, the same thing.
That's when you got to burn that shit down.
You tear up some shit for a little while. The boy
burn that shit down, man.
That's why I say some of that's necessary now.
I can see the Roman Empire fell too.
One of the dudes, he was like part of the 1%. Like, you know, he got all. He said, I don't understand how these people run up in our house and kill us right now. Like, I don't see how these people can sit there and hand them out. You know what I mean? You out there homeless, living on the street, and I got money that I just throw away for no reason, and it's okay somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At some point, you know what I mean? You got to shake somebody up in order to get them boy up their horse.
I agree. I mean, like I said before, revolution will be televised, but I mean, people going to get to this point where it's like, they're at the point now where they had enough of the bullshit. So, you know, you ain't no telling what could be next, man. I think people gonna stay the course, and if nothing don't come to fruition or some kind of plan laid out in the next week, we're gonna see more shit, man. I believe we're gonna see more stuff.
But I mean, that's growing pains. Like anytime you change something, it ain't gonna be a smooth transition.
No, it's never.
I think
It's
we
never
got to get
gonna
our
be
mind
smooth.
wrapped around that too. Like it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be what you
All
feel
I
like
know-
you should have to be doing.
All I know is, man, we got to pray for the people who out there, man, because like you were saying earlier, Prime, about the president, man. Like this dude, he had these. I'm in DC. You know what I'm saying? He had these helicopters out here yesterday for protesters, using military helicopters to intimidate peaceful protesters. The thing I noticed is, in the area where people are tearing shit up at, they don't have police over there trying to fight them people who tearing shit up. It's the people that's coming down, you know, peacefully, you know what I'm saying, screaming and yelling, not tearing nothing up, but screaming with signs. The same way the white people, they coming down with signs saying whatever, and the police are standing there waiting, and then all of a sudden they just beating their ass, like, you know what I'm saying, like they just waiting on a call to say, yeah, get them. But where they need to have the police at, it's just like they don't have them in that area. They want to intimidate the people who are peacefully protesting, but only shit. Because you think about it. Every time you see a violent, you'll be like, damn, where the police at? And then you'll see a police car, it'll be one car, it'll be two, or it'll be a couple of cars, then they'll flip the car over to them. Where's the motherfuckers, the M16s, the big, you know, where they at? Why y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying, on there instead of the people who are peacefully protesting? And then this morning on the radio on my way to work, y'all might not know this, but they said not only did he have the helicopters out there, but he was trying to get them to, first of all, the general said he didn't make the call to have military. He didn't know who made the call. He asked them they opened an investigation to figure out who did it. But
Right.
I
the
still
general
don't believe
didn't
that
make the call,
bullshit
Slim.
either.
Ain't nobody else. Exactly. But they said that this motherfucker tried to have the army tanks rolled out, Slim.
God damn.
But that's the type of person you are, though.
They said he told them to put the tanks out there to get them out of the street, make them move. And the people had to tell him, no, you can't do that.
The
You can't
tanks?
do that, man.
But see, he trying
Yes,
to shine
the
for his
tanks,
good old
dog.
boys. He want them boys in the trailer park
combat
to pump their
helicopters
fists to
yesterday up
see
here,
what he
dog.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
He used
Wow.
these people we had a curfew at 7 o'clock. Them people was like, fuck that curfew. They out there protest. That man, bring out them war helicopters, man. Them you know what I'm saying, military
Black Hawks.
armored. Yeah, them military armored choppers, man. He got them people down pulling the choppers out. Then he want them to put the tanks out. People like, no, we can't do that, man. You tripping? It's America. Can't pull out no damn tanks on people.
And this our president.
He hard at though.
This is-
The
No.
president, the leader of America. That's how he feel about y'all.
He's a fucking baby, man.
Trump is a power monger. That's what he is, dog. He's a tyrant. He
You want
just
some more?
wants absolute power for himself. It's so much dirt about this guy. I don't know if y'all have seen these documents on this dude, man, on this flight over to Africa. It's so many people that's been named that now that I've been looking into this shit, or people that have gone over there, they be messing with these young ass girls. 13,
Oh, man.
14.
I
Yeah,
did
you know
hear
what I'm talking
that
about?
flight. Yeah, I heard about that.
I just seen
Yeah.
I ain't seen the whole thing because I got this 2-year-old
Yeah,
right here following me around. But
it started out with Chris Tucker, and the more I started looking into it.
Wait. Y'all niggas gotta explain some of this shit. What the hell happened?
It's a Theo. What's the Epstein boy name? What's his name? Jeff Epstein. What's his name?
Epstein.
The one who
Yeah.
killed himself in jail.
Yeah.
He ain't killed himself. Donald Trump had that boy killed.
Oh, I already knew that.
That
I
boy.
think that prince from England did.
Some shit is about
That
to
prince,
come.
man.
Huh?
That prince, they had a
I think
royal
Trump had
family.
that.
That royal family info?
Yeah, Prince Harry involved in that too.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I think Trump involved in it too, dog. You go on Netflix, dog.
Yeah, no
if y'all
doubt.
watch Netflix,
I ain't watched that shit yet.
Oh yeah, they cool now. They all of them. And
The same way
all of
the same way they did R. Kelly and all of them, they made a documentary about his ass. They waited till he died to do his. But it's a girl on there that he hired. I think she was like 20, and she had a little sister that was like, one was 16 and one was like 14 or 14 and 12. And literally, she in the documentary talked about how he found out about her and used her to get to her sisters by letting them go to school overseas and convince. Man, look, I ain't even get to watch the whole shit, so I don't really know much. But the little 30 minutes that I got to watch, some watch that said Donald Trump all up through this, Slim. They got him.
Oh, I gotta watch that
him on
shit,
front
man.
line.
Hell yeah.
They
I
got
gotta
him
watch
he
that
on there
shit
with his
now,
name.
bro.
They got him. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Hey,
I started to watch it,
man,
man, and I couldn't. Watch
Y'all
the
keep
whole thing.
talking. I'll be right back. Y'all keep talking.
Yeah, no, but yeah, my son, man, was doing a whole lot of moving around. I couldn't even get focused on the shit, and I kept rewinding and going back. But yeah, it's a girl on there, and I know they interviewed more than just her. But that was the, you know what I'm saying, the part I seen. The first girl, she had 2 sisters, and man, the shit she was saying, dude was doing, man, like, and Donald Trump, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, hey,
It's crazy.
they got documents online where he paid families off.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what
Yo.
they do.
13 million, 16 million. This shit's just, yeah, bro. Paid families off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
It
Square
is
Buzz, the
cool,
real
but
I
back
mean,
on.
once you
in
make
the
it to
White
a
House.
certain, financial status, you can get away with a lot more just because you can throw some money at it. Like they pretty much
Absolutely.
telling you better than normal people because you can pay it off unless you Bill Cosby or somebody of color that we won't bring down your character.
Exactly. But yeah, if you got the money, if you can pay the judge, your attorney, the other ones, everybody else, yeah, you good. You good. You ain't got to worry about that.
It's all about
16
the dollar
million, here you
bill.
go. Yeah, it's
That's
disgusting,
crazy, man.
dog. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
You all about the
That's
dollar
the
bill,
word
man.
for it
Y'all know
right
what
there.
time it
That's
is.
the word for
Yeah.
it.
But it's much more. It's many more reasons, and I'm
Yeah.
just tired of hearing everybody. All lives matter. Oh, what did Obama do for your hood and this, that,
All
and
right.
the third?
Fuck all lives matter.
I'm like,
Right,
man,
right.
like y'all just don't.
I know what y'all talking about.
I
Team and good, though.
just swinged into that shit.
No, you good, because that's what they always go to. Like, your boy life will matter for the longest. That's the whole thing with that.
Yeah.
If you can get on that whole thing, if you can admit the white privilege, why you got to say all lives matter? But like, you been cut. Like, you don't have
That's what-
no issue, you don't have no fear, you don't have no worries about none of that.
I heard somebody use the analogy that of a house is on fire in the neighborhood, and then the fire department going to save that one house, and somebody be like, "Hey, what about my house?" I'm like, "Hey, look,
Your
you
house
understand
ain't
your
on
house
fire.
it matters, but your house ain't on fire."
Exactly.
So
Like,
sit your
goddamn.
ass.
I started
that,
saying when
man.
they were talking
They-
about eating, they were like, everybody sitting at the table eating, and then one person ain't had no food, talking about, what about my food? You know what I mean? But all plates matter when you got food on yours.
Yeah.
Man, listen, them people know that they don't need to be explained. They know they got
Nah,
they
they know that shit.
Right
They
there.
just do that shit to
You don't have to
frustrate
explain
people.
that.
It's like just being petty. They just do that shit to be petty to get you worked up, so then they can say, "Hey, what you so upset about? Why you being so defensive?" Because you playing like you stupid, like you don't realize all lives matter. Yeah, but y'all ain't out here getting killed. I don't see y'all getting killed and on camera and not getting convicted. So obviously y'all good. It's not.
Y'all heard
it's us.
y'all heard Rush Limbaugh was on Breakfast Club the other
Yeah, I heard
day,
about that.
and he was trying to compare. He made a statement of to the effect of, "Yeah, I've been harassed by police before as well," or something like that. And they were
Man,
like,
so
wait a minute,
right.
wait a minute. Have you ever been pulled out of your car because you were black, though?
Right.
But you know, the USC basketball coach said the same thing. I was watching the news this morning. It's like them boys always try to include themselves in your situation. Like you trying to liken what you're going through as the same thing, and it's not even close. And now you sidetracking and diluting the damn message.
Limbaugh was trying to say something to the effect of hard times, like everybody has speed bumps or whatever in their journey, which I agree. Everybody do have speed bumps. It don't matter your race, color, creed, or whatever. You're gonna have difficulty in anything you're trying to do. But what we are talking about is things that being perpetrated against us simply because of our skin color, not because we're trying to be a CEO or because we're trying to create this product or whatever. Simply because I was driving to the store and I was harassed for my skin color, and that's it. That's the problem that we're talking about.
And people seem like they don't want to give into that.
Yeah,
they don't.
They don't want to listen to that.
Nah, they don't want to hear that shit.
they've been
They don't
fucking
want to
up all
recognize it. Like, no, they don't want to acknowledge it. That's what I want
Yeah.
people to say.
Yeah,
You know
'cause
what?
you right.
I'm
They recognize
glad
they don't
a
wanna
lot of
acknowledge
this shit going on because a lot of them underlying races, maybe you didn't know. Maybe they were cool. You know they racist now.
So,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
So,
I'd rather
Absolutely.
that. I'd rather that.
so we
You know
know. Yeah, so we know the shit going on. We know a little bit of the stuff that we need to do to try to go in the right direction towards getting this shit off the table, making it better for us. What I want to ask each one of y'all, and I'm gonna start with you first, Riggs. I want to know what role you want to play in the next stage of this process. The whole process of us trying to better make us viewed better by the company and treated better by everybody. What role do you want to play in that process?
Hold on, just wait a minute.
Youngsters, the younger ones coming up, because on us, man. I mean, by the time all this shit settle and everything's straight and everybody comfortable, we could be long gone. It ain't gonna happen in our
No. Talk
I
about
don't
it
agree with that. Even if your role might seem minuscule, there's still a role to play for everybody involved. You know what I mean? Every black person still got a role to play, in my opinion. So I want to know.
Absolutely.
Cause, like, for example, I wrote down a couple things that I thought would be good roles, like supporting black businesses. One thing we've already talked about. Donating to organizations dedicated to uplifting our culture. Offering time to assist the youth with sharpening their knowledge and skills. Voting in local elections, like, stuff like that are things that I listed. Me myself, I'm want to donate to some kind of organization that's helping us. Me and the wife already talked about that because we didn't go down and physically protest. That's more of a youthful thing. But I wanted to know from you, starting with you, Rex, like what kind of role you feel like you could play. Let me say that. You could play.
All right. I want to start with educating the youngsters. Because
have you said that before? I ain't hear you. My bad.
Oh, you ain't hear? Damn, you ain't hear nothing I said at the beginning. Well, yeah, I mean, you got to talk to them boy first, man, because you all on them now. They the ones, like I said, man, when I went down to that protest Saturday, even more young people out there, college age students, kids on the age of my kids, standing out there and fighting for this stuff, man. And just give you a little feeling of pride to see that these people are actually fighting for us.
Right.
Because that's what we all about. I mean, they finally standing up for us. So we got to let them know what time it is so they don't fall in the pitfalls that we don't fall in, pushing forward.
That's what's up. Hannibal, what you got? Or what role would you like to play?
So I really want to go coach again.
You say coaching?
Yeah, I really want to go. That's just one thing. I really want to go back and coach again because when you coaching, like I was coaching 6, 7, and 8-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? And to interact with those kids at that age is powerful. I always have like working with kids. Like even when I was in the Navy, I started out working in pediatrics. So, you know what I'm saying? Like working with the youth, like teaching them right from wrong. Because if you think back on it, when you were younger, especially around that young, impressionable age, a lot of messages from then really stuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to give them that kickstart, like, that push off, like, here you go, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving you some knowledge and something to help you out. But I also, you know what I'm saying, like buying from black businesses, which I already do, but I want to do it more often. I do want to find something to donate in as well, but definitely going out there and getting back out there to vote and everything. But I do want to get back to coaching the kids and helping the youth, and that you know what I'm saying. It ain't even got to be like football, you know what I'm saying? Because even with playing football, a lot of people got the misconception it's still dangerous, but they coach it a lot different from.
You want a mentor.
When I was younger, you know what I'm saying? They They
that
coach it a
making
lot
of
different. You ain't trying to put your head on the other side of the ball.
yeah.
You doing near shoulder to near shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Keep your
Right.
head up. You know what I'm saying? You get on a kid when they go in there with their head. You like, boy, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever you gonna say.
That's
But
what's up.
you know, so I try to push them to try all activities. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Play basketball, not just basketball. Go play baseball. Hey, soccer. You know what I'm saying? Like all that other stuff like that. Go do this. Hey, ask them what they like in school. That you got some downtime at practice. You like science? What you like about science? You like art? You can draw? Okay, you know what I'm saying? And talk to them like that. Try to see
Okay.
what their interests are and try to like throw little tidbits out like, you know what I'm saying? I want to see you draw a picture or something like that.
Do some
You know what I'm saying?
mentorship. I
Yeah.
can respect that. I respect that, man.
Or maybe just like a Big Brother program or something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If I got the time for it.
Gotcha. Vaughn, what role would you like to play, sir?
I don't know, man. I guess as far as like the tangible part, you remember I've been talking about like that investment group. We start pooling our money and putting it in the right direction. You know, you can start seeing stuff. You know, getting people together, not just that scam of it. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
a lot of people get weary because people start getting their own agenda. And, you know, they want it for their own purpose. But you know, just actually trying to educate and focus people and pool resources, not even just money, like pool resources. Like if you can do this, or you got a skill, or you got a craft or trade or whatever, you know what I mean? Just put that together. And then a big thing like how I'm gonna say Rex. I can call the real name on it. I don't know if you're telling them boy your government on it. But nah, just like you say, like I mean, but teaching the kids, like, you know, I say mainly like with the kids, they see it. They got the imagination, they got that young bright mind. Like just taking all that other shit, like keeping that distraction off them. Like, you know what I mean? Let them kids do that and let the older people deal with that rigmarole, that bullshit, that red tape, that, you know what I mean? If you get some pushback on something that's really positive and something you're doing, you let the older fellas go out there and stop all them people who trying to stop the youth. You know what I mean?
Word.
Get them boy the best opportunity to do what they need to do. They see what they need to do and they see what need to be done. So, you know, just try to damn play the path and keep as much off their shoulders.
Okay, I
You know,
like that
getting
too.
bogged down is like the main way of taking a man out of his mission.
So your stance is more get some guiding principles in place and helping people steer people toward down the right path. You know, the kids
No,
all
I mean,
about.
like, you kind of let them boy go with their own, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, if we had the right answer, we did things the right way, we would have been a lot further than we are. So you kind of got to let
Hold on,
them
Papa.
come with their new fresh and allow that. You just take them old Rush Limbaughs and Trump type people who trying to villainize them and trying to criminalize and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? We got to bump heads with them ones who up there already in power and just let them boy, you know, just to take a little bit off, man. Like you can, you know, put an umbrella over them when they ain't never got to feel the rain. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of, as much as you can take it off their shoulders or make it easier for them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like a lot of our kids don't have that privilege of not having to worry about a lot of shit.
That's true. That's real. That's true. I agree with that too. T, light skin Leon.
Yo,
What
So,
role would you love to play or like to play moving forward?
I guess kind of like piggybacking off of what most of these brothers were saying, man. Try to be a positive influence, you know, for the younger generation, man. Keep them encouraged because they're gonna need that. They're gonna need as many people on their side as possible, regardless of the age. They're gonna or the race. They're gonna need support. And the other thing I want to be able to do is to be able to encourage them to use their own mind, like because like what Vaughn just said. If we had the answers, it would have been done by now. You know what I'm saying? But we took it first. We got it to where it is now from where our parents, you know what I'm saying, came from. Because when my mother and them grew up, like in the, you know what I'm saying, 50s and 60s, things was, you know what I'm saying, still bad. You know what I'm saying? Like bad. It was still, but it was, and the way we didn't realize it was good because of the segregation, we were forced to only, you know, shop with our own and, you know what I'm saying, reciprocate that dollar into our own community. Now, you know, we'll go out and spend it on whatever. So I would like on everything but black. So I would like to be able to encourage them to not follow the crowd. That's our problem. We follow the crowd. We see one person, we see LeBron James or,
you know, or whatever, and think Michael Jordan, and think that these people have such a glamorous life, and the internet makes it even worse now. Because you imagine if we had the internet to follow Michael Jordan and everything that he was able to say or do, it would be terrible, man. So
True.
I think people got to start realizing that that's just for entertainment. People get so caught up into the internet and believe that everything they see is a person struggling to get out of bed, and they get to work late and get fired. One of us got fired today from work. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't see that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he's on social media or not, but I guarantee you he ain't bring his phone in. If he is one of them type people, I guarantee you he ain't bring his phone in to show everybody he was late to work. You know what I'm saying? He ain't showing the struggle. But
Showing the
I
good
guarantee
parts.
if he guarantee if he get another job in 2 weeks, he gonna be sure he potential to show that more than him getting fired today. So I want to be able to make them understand, man. Don't be naive and fooled by, you know what I'm saying, the shit that you see people that you may falsely look up to. You know what I'm saying? Because you gonna wait for them to do something bad to decide, oh, that's not who you want to follow. No, you should have never wanted to follow, you know what I'm saying, anybody, period. You should want to, you know, like, unless it's somebody who raised you and that person is, you know what I'm saying, that influential type of person. And that's what I want to be, man. Just, you know what I'm saying, again, just encourage them to think for themselves.
Oh, you cut out on me real quick, T, man.
He froze. He was like,
Yeah, he froze. He was like,
There you go.
Shit went up.
Oh, now you back. Now you back. He was like,
Yeah, but that would be my, and another thing, man, like, I think we gotta stop as black people, we gotta stop telling other black people, again, what to do. Like, I got a friend, man, she do a lot of good things. I'm not gonna say her name. She do a lot of good things in the community, but anytime anybody says anything to her about voting, she's like, oh, that ain't the way. We got to get off of that. We got to do it this way and that way. And my thing is,
here you go again.
the same thing we're talking about right now. That might not be your role. You know what I'm saying? But let that be somebody else's role. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to beat this thing one way. We can't just just say one way. We got to come from all angles. We got to burn shit. We got to go through the political way. We got to vote. We got anything that somebody that at least sounds legit. We got to go with that shit, man, and fight this shit from every angle possible. Because
that's why.
Go ahead. That single mind shit ain't gonna get us nowhere but where we at right now.
And see, that's the reason why I wanted to ask the question, because I know that all of us on this call have different things we bring to the table and might see things from a different point of view. And so I wanted to get a natural, honest interpretation of what you felt a role is as far as moving forward. I didn't want to give away, I didn't want to say what I said about the stuff that, like, me donating and all that stuff I mentioned. I wanted to hear naturally what everybody thought would be a good thing, because some people don't feel protesting does anything. You know, some people don't feel voting does anything. You know what I mean? But it all does something.
All of it plays a part, yeah.
All of it together makes Voltron. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't mean to cut you off, but it's been people, like you said, protesting don't do nothing. Look at them. They just out there. They just riding and tearing up stuff. Protesting don't do nothing. I'm like, and like what Lil Wayne done behind said, but I know,
man,
I know.
I'm glad
Rex,
you qualify it. I'm glad you qualify it,
man.
I know
Rex can name another one.
You know what?
I know Rex.
Boy, that boy there, boy.
What he said, because I watched what he said, and
we're gonna get to the dumb shit later. We're gonna get to the dumb shit in a minute, but go ahead, finish, Hannibal.
I read what he said. He said, he was saying, you gotta do more than just saying it on social media, what you gonna do now, or pretty much, or whatever. But what he was messing up at was he was minimizing the work that people was already doing. Like, bro, that's doing something.
You got a habit of that too.
You know, like, that's not doing that. That's doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? By going out there and protesting, by going and standing up for this and standing up this. I know you might have had that happen to you in your past, and you had that one white officer that had a good heart and hips or whatever, but it ain't like that out here for everybody. And dog, he too disconnected, man. Like
that's it. Like you get that one person, like he got one good experience. So now you could display and discount everybody else when, like, just like you said, you got a good encounter with an officer. Word, that's cool. That's good. That's how it should be. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be an abnormal thing. But then once that happens, you can't turn your back and be like, nah, all y'all crying and complaining about something that's not just
you know why that sounded so dumb to me when he said it?
Don't shoot everybody else down.
Because it sounded stupid to me when he said it, because it basically says you saying you ain't gonna go out and protest if somebody in your family get killed. If your boy Floyd was his first cousin or somebody that was babies, you know what I'm saying, or one of them boys, a family member like
there you
blood,
go.
you mean to tell me? You mean to
maybe
tell
not
me
baby, don't
you mean
Shut up.
to tell me that's the stand for say something until it's your people? You know what I'm saying? Because it is your people, but don't wait until it's your personal people to decide to help us with this movement, man.
I agree with that.
Because if it's my personal people, I ain't going to see your ass. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't got to march with me. You boy touch my son, somebody gonna die.
Off top.
I dead serious.
Off top. Man, you breaking up, T. I don't know what...
gotta watch what you. That's why he said you can't. Don't make the.
T, you in and out, brother.
Because
you in out a little bit, brother.
My bad. Go ahead, I ain't gonna hold up the conversation. Yeah, my bad. No, I was saying that's the thing.
Go ahead, finish.
About influencing kids, man. We gotta teach them to think for themselves, because it shouldn't take for Lil Wayne to say something like that for motherfuckers to want to jump off the bandwagon. He shouldn't have never been following them up in the first place. I mean, what kind of example is this dude? He got 9 kids by 9 different women. The nigga, all he want to do is sip syrup. I mean, he's not a role model for no motherfucking kids. I'm sorry. It should have took that for people. It should have took that for people to start realizing that this ain't somebody we need to either value his opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now we don't want to value his opinion because he said some dumb shit like that out of his mouth. But you should never say that, because you never know when it's going to be somebody in your family that's going to happen to. And you damn sure ain't about to sit on your hands and do nothing. Like Vaughn said, you going to damn sure ride for yours. So stop. Right. Don't come out your mouth saying you ain't, that shit don't make sense, or you don't see the purpose in it. All you're going to do is put a T-shirt on and that's it. You ain't going to, man, sit your ass down, dog. Like LL Cool J. Y'all heard that verse LL did?
Hey,
I heard it. That's a rapper. That's a lyricist. That's a motherfucker who somebody should be, you know what I'm saying, putting in front of their kids, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these.
The feeling behind
they lost. Them niggas lost. They think about this. These
money, lots of money.
2097 on, they thinking about this. And the sad part is LL Cool J and all them other dudes, they put rap on the map. If they had flopped, if none of that shit had ever sold or was ever catchy to us, you see what I'm saying? They wouldn't be able to make the money they're making right now. And look what they're doing with it, man. Selling out, having 10 baby mamas and all this other dumb wild shit, setting the pro example, man. Go ahead, man. Somebody else can go, man. I'm getting mad.
He on the roll. He on the roll.
Real, man.
He on the roll.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'm about to turn into a mad rap on this. That's what you about to call me.
I don't blame you, man. That's necessary every now and then.
We gonna get the angry man. Hey, TG the angry man of mad
angry
rap.
Man.
I'm mad at you, man. I'm mad at you, man. Do your damn thing.
That shit was alright. That shit was alright. I got more job left.
Oh shit! All right, man. Me personally, fellas, man.
I've been bumping in the last 2 days.
Like I was saying earlier, man. I'm gonna donate. I also want to give some of my time to the youth, man, and try to help. Like some of you brothers said, like you were saying, Vaughn, and you Hannibal and Rex, man. Just steering them in the right direction, and just making sure that they're aware of all the little things that could trip them up, so they know how to step over them instead of stepping into them. So, you know what I mean? Between donations and time, that's what I got. Of course, I'm going to vote.
Be mindful when you donate, too.
Huh?
I mean to cut you. I said be mindful when you donate.
Oh yeah. I got my my research team on it, man. They're gonna make sure we got all the right for spots, man. Between my wife and my son, that's my research team.
Say they ain't playing no games. That's what's up though. Don't hand anybody your money, man, because a lot of
They don't play no games. They can look some shit up. Trust me. They can look some shit up. Trust me. So,
Especially when you do it yourself.
Our efforts will not be in vain, man. We're gonna be steering in the right direction. But that's what I think I can do. Vote, donate, and give my time, man. That's what I'm gonna do moving forward. Now, I did want to talk about some of the dumbass shit that people been saying or doing. Y'all boy done talk about some of them, but your boy Dak Prescott giving $1 million to police training. Nah, bro, I'm sorry.
Tell him to put his license ass down.
I get what he's trying to do, but I think that's a stupid idea. I don't think you need to be giving money to the enemy because you don't even know what the fuck they're gonna spend it on. You know what I mean? They can do any kind of damn thing. You never fucking know. I don't agree with that shit, man, at all. I think that was dumb. He needs to sit his ass down.
No, you got to my keys.
Oh, man. That's Lil Neff. That's Lil Neff.
Yeah. Yeah, wilding out, man.
Well, you got a lot going on there, bro.
Hey.
Who that?
Talking about T.
Angry
Oh,
man.
I thought you were talking about me.
Yeah,
My
boy,
phone
boy,
that
wow.
That was you too?
Yeah,
Huh?
man. I didn't got damn 3 calls back to back. My shit keep going on mute, and I got to figure out how to unmute it.
Look, here he come again. Here he come again.
Rex, I want to hear you when you sit your ass down list.
Oh man, listen. You know I keep me a list now. I got honorable mentions. Y'all just get to talking about Lil Wayne ignorant ass. So y'all ain't roll something enough. But like TC, y'all should have never been following that dude anyway. He been whack from the beginning and he's still whack now.
Let's not go too far now.
Yeah, not from the beginning.
Let's not go too far.
He's whack now.
You talking about his political contribution.
Now, moving on. The one person I really want to draw my attention on is Drew Brees of the New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
Say that.
Drew Brees had the nerve to come out his mouth and say that he don't respect nobody that kneels or disrespects the American flag. Now, we've seen this brother kneel before. We done seen
Brees?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we got photos of him kneeling. Yeah. Yeah, he's standing in solidarity with his NFL mates. All the while, he talking that noise. Michael Thomas pissed off. That's all we know. Drew Brees
I saw that. I saw his post.
Yeah. Drew Brees ain't gonna have a good season next year. So
I tell you what, them boy ain't gonna block for him. I tell you that.
I don't think not the brothers.
Hey, them same shots that Cam Newton been taking.
Drew Brees got to get all that shit.
Yeah.
He try to knock his block off. Every team in the NFC South, 2 times a year.
This gonna be his last season. I know it's gonna be his last season. He gonna retire after this season.
But see, that's the way they mind thinking. And just like how you would say earlier, Prime, you can't see how they think, and that's because you don't have that mindset, dog. For whatever reason, Drew Brees conditioned to think pass.
Come on, put your shoes on, Bobo.
Kaepernick been kneeling and otherwise focusing on that. Oh, he disrespecting the flag. He heard that and ran with it. You know, so I mean, for me, Drew Brees, set your ass down.
My thing about that is even the veterans come out themselves and said that kneeling is the most respectful way to protest.
Exactly.
Yeah, a Navy SEAL told Colin Kaepernick to do that.
Yeah,
he said he didn't agree with it, but if you're gonna do it, kneeling to be the most respectful way, not just sitting down.
So that's
what soldiers do in the field.
This is for Drew Brees.
Yeah. Sit your ass down, Drew Brees.
I'm still working on the sound effects. I'm still working on that.
I'm gonna call you out on that, cuz, but you need to tighten that up.
All right, who else we got on the sit your ass down? Who you got, Hannibal?
Everybody with the All Lives Matter and all the black people talking about, but they burning up the buildings. They burning up the buildings. Sit y'all ass down.
Ain't even us.
All y'all can goddamn focus on is them is some buildings burning that has been proven that it's not always black people. And you worried about all this other dumbness.
Them buildings can be rebuilt.
Protesting, man, sit your ass down.
Buildings can be rebuilt. Fuck them
What the
buildings.
whole protest is about. You missing it. You missing the whole thing. Come on, man. All lives matter. When we
Fuck
say
them
Black
buildings,
Lives
man.
Matter, we wouldn't exclude nobody.
I don't care about them
It's
buildings,
our way
man.
bringing the picture to the fold that these cops crooked, and y'all know they crooked. But now we speaking up about it, and we tired of it. That was our way of saying that. So
Don't
you
mess
know
that Henny up
Black
like that,
Lives
man.
Matter. And I know that black on black crime exists. So does white on white crime exist. If you stay
Exactly.
in a predominantly black neighborhood, guess what's gonna happen? Black on black crime. You stay in a
Exactly.
predominantly white neighborhood, guess what's gonna happen? White on white crime.
It's a proximity.
Sit your ass down.
Yeah.
The whole protest about injustice.
The whole thing.
If your ass too dumb to hear that, just sit your ass down. Matter of fact,
Damn
sit
right.
your motherfucking ass down.
Bag back.
Straight up.
Straight up. Vaughn, you got any? Well, I'm prepping for this. But you know, this is the segment where we can tell somebody to sit their ass the fuck down for saying or doing something.
Yeah, I've been kind of catching on. I did walk off for a second, so I hope y'all ain't already see it, because I want to include everybody like the man Hannibal just did. Everybody who been talking sideways about Kaepernick, acting like this man been way out of the way and he been all kind of so wrong for his peaceful demonstration, his way of saying that he don't feel shit right, and them boy act like he been there around. Now them boy won't cry because everybody else feel the same way, and now you on bandwagon and jump on it like you supporting this man all of a sudden. All the boy who talk about damn Cap and that whole people standing up against injustice, like for a while, man, when he been doing that kneeling thing, like part of it was like that disrespecting the flag. That was the first thing that pissed me off. Like, it's just like you say, we got all kind of veterans on this phone call. You fight for the right of people to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? You defend the right of somebody to have their freedom of speech. You don't sit there and say because you kneel for a flag and all that stuff you wrong. But then all the other people, like, this man that lost millions of dollars trying to do what's right and stand up for other people who he didn't have to stand up for. And you still got people just monkey wrenching and undermining, and like some of them boys need to just shit. Like, if you can't see nothing constructive or anything to add to the conversation, then just shut the fuck up for a little while at least.
One thing I didn't like about that is how they talk about this ain't peaceful. When the man was being peaceful, they jump on the man. That shit ain't make no sense to me.
Don't tell nobody how to do everything. The boy always trying to tell you how to do something when they ain't gonna damn acknowledge what you're doing anyway.
Exactly.
So if you ain't gonna hear me when I standing over there, I can run up in your face and you still can tell me I'm standing too close. You know what I mean? You can get your ass boxed off.
You know the funniest thing. You know the funniest thing now, Vaughn? Everybody kneeling. Everybody kneeling now. They kneeling at the protest. They got the police kneeling in there. Everybody kneeling now.
Yeah. That's the thing now. All of a sudden, that's you want to throw that on your little Twitter, your Instagram when they cool at social media. You doing that shit for likes, so you joining into a little damn trending movement.
Right.
A little, you know what I mean? They ain't got no feeling behind that shit.
And you know what,
Vaughn? When it wasn't popular.
And you know what, Vaughn? Let me piggyback off yours, because I want to shout out and tell them brothers to sit their ass down too. Them same brothers that talk about Kaepernick, he ain't really want to play football. He just want
Now all of a sudden they on this side.
He's sorry now.
Yeah.
That man ain't worked his hardest to get to that point, to destroy everything away. He sacrificed.
Exactly. Like, he ain't stumbling into that career. This man ain't stumbling into no Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Or mediocre talent. Yeah.
Man, work for that. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, he ain't about to throw that shit away for no popularity. I mean, he already been a fan favorite in San Francisco. He couldn't get no more popular. Like, man.
Right.
Come on, man. That man got more gall than a lot of people, man. Them boys sitting there talking sideways, but they wouldn't stand up for no shit like that. Like, he ain't really had to deal with it on a personal level at that time.
But what pissing me off is now everybody's speaking up. Like, man, why the fuck it took for this shit to happen? This man been out of the league 3 years now. Now everybody's saying something like the action that Drew Brees took when Drew Brees said what he said today.
if he was the equivalent of if he was black, if the roles was reversed, what happened to Colin Kaepernick would have happened to Drew Brees. He wouldn't be this upcoming season. He'd have got cut for saying some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But if the roles are reversed, if it was blacks doing this against whites and a white motherfucking player said something like that, and we had power, that nigga would have been cut. They'd be like, man, get Drew Brees out of here. He old anyway. I'm dead serious.
You talking about all these white players that then call them boy niggas on the field and all kind of stuff, and them boy don't barely get in trouble. This man taking a knee in silence in the background.
Man was peacefully protesting.
He wasn't even saying nothing. He was just kneeling.
Right, but that's the other point though. That what I'm saying I'm mad about. Like I'm glad that they're finally speaking out, and I guess this might sit your ass down. But I don't want them to sit down. I want them to stand their ass up, like even more.
Yeah.
Why
get off that knee, dog.
Yeah, why did it take y'all so long? Because now that everybody's saying this, when the NFL season starts, I need to see some niggas taking a knee, Slim. I need to see some people taking a knee, Slim. All this shit you talking right now, all this being mad at Drew Brees and everybody got something to say now. When the football season starts, Slim, I need to see whole teams.
Everybody just kneeling on the edge.
Everybody kneeling, Slim. Like for real. We need to go ahead and because at this point the world needs to just come to a stop until we get some equality. Everything. I know that shit sounds far-fetched and just ludicrous, but we ain't getting no justice, Slim, until everything
I think that pandemic, that quarantine made this a lot more prevalent too.
I believe that too.
People being unemployed and out of work and frustrated, stuck in the house.
You ain't doing your
you know what?
9 to 5, like taking up all your time and all your energy and all your focus.
That's a great
point.
Home
and watch what's actually happening for them.
I'm thinking about it in a different way. That's a great point. Imagine the niggas just like the people that's the ones that's on the police force. And I hate to say that word, but the ones that's on the police force, right? That do what they do to just get a check to keep a job because they like, man, you know, I can't. I got trained at the academy. This is what I do. I can't go nowhere else and get a job or whatever reason they feel like they got to keep that job. So now we in a pandemic. So many people that lost their jobs, and some of these people probably feel like they lost their job unfairly. Like somebody else is still working, but they laid us off, and now I'm only getting 30% of what I was getting paid. But I was doing the same thing as crack was doing, and they kept all the crackers on and let all the niggas go. Them crackers going up in the office every day ain't doing no real work, but they still getting their full pay. And you mean to tell me you couldn't let us work rotating weeks? 1 week you come in, the next week you take off, so I can keep my job. Y'all rather just let me go and fire me. So now we got black people looking at their situation like, damn, I broke my back for this company. I gave them my best, and they let motherfuckers who didn't even, you know what I'm saying, break a sweat for the company stay when this situation broke, and they let me go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about no small, you know what I'm saying, mom and pop or no minority-owned businesses. I'm talking about big corporations, big companies that got the money to keep these people on, but instead they wanted to save as much money as they could for their management, their big weight. So they say, yeah, we're going to let y'all go. So the people that were affected in that way, they probably still angry and mad and wouldn't be out right now protesting and fighting if they still had their job and still was going to work. They'd probably be like, man, I ain't got time for that shit. I got to go to work.
That's a good point.
I got bills to pay.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know?
You know what, man?
What?
Look, if y'all reflect back on this whole year, well, even since all the killings started, more awareness started coming to the killings, but it's specifically this year. Man, this year was just the perfect storm for this type of chaos. Just look at it, man. The whole thing with the COVID-19, everybody getting laid off from work, then boom, you hear about a killing, but you don't know no details on it. Then next thing you know, a video come out. A video come out of presumably it's two men that have
took the law into their own hand, basically.
Killed the black boy.
Hey, that shit did bother me more.
It was a whole community that had that plan set up for that. Then you got officers, even though this has happened before in the past, you got officers, they go to the wrong house, they charge
Oh man.
and they shoot up the house. They shoot up the whole house.
And they go to the wrong house.
Look how deep that go though. Look how
many times that gotta happen. Look at that. It's not an accident. That shit keep happening.
I think the lieutenant had resigned. because none of
Yeah,
them had their body cameras on. No.
That's
Yep.
balls.
And like we said
And
the
then-
last time, this don't happen in White Houses. You don't never hear White House
No.
went to the
It's
wrong
never
White
happened in White
House.
Houses. But then
You ain't gonna never hear that. You ain't hear about no White House getting shoot up and nothing like that, man.
you hear about a man goes to a store and not the owner didn't call the police, but the person who was working in the store at the time called the police and said that this person here was trying to use a counterfeit 20. So they come and they say, you know, you have a man that's dead. And then the video comes out. You see the kneeling for 9 minutes on the neck. Then another video comes out and you can see they beating him in the back of the truck. And then all of it just came together.
Who got that
Everything
radio
was
on?
mixed up in a bag and it's been shaking. And boom, it erupted into what's going on now. And not to mention, you got one of the main antagonists in all of this sitting in the White House with everything that he says. Every time something happened, those people walked up there to that Capitol in, what was it, Michigan?
Yep.
And they doggone came there, strapped down.
Come on.
And nothing happened. Nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
And they talking
They
about
ain't
they
no
want to
thugs.
get
They
a
ain't
haircut.
come out there
They
with
want to
that.
get their hair done.
Oh,
Man,
they
I don't
very
care
good
about your
people.
damn hairdo. I don't care about your damn haircut.
They're
It's
good
a
people.
damn,
One dude had a rocket launcher.
it's a damn pandemic going on.
That's very good people in them
But
boy
you
eyes,
got
though.
people walking out here in the street protesting, not causing a problem. They just walking in the street. Black Lives Matter, holding their signs up, bringing awareness. Not only are the cops rough with them, fighting them, hitting them, for no reason. It's videos in New York. Oh my goodness, dude, this shit is horrific. This one officer just ran up to a girl and just pushed her the fuck down.
Oh
a
yeah,
fucking
he
female done like he was a damn fullback or something coming out throwing the block. Like that shit was vicious.
Boy,
Bro,
pepper
this shit's
spraying
crazy.
CNN reporters and shit, man.
Yeah.
See, they lock up the
No,
CNN reporters.
hold on. They're arrested. I don't think he's black, but the darker skinned man.
Yeah, he black. You talking about Omar Eminem?
Man, they let him go. And
Yeah,
I seen a protest where all these women were kneeling, they were sitting. The officer, he pushed the white woman over. He grabs, the other officer grabs this black girl by the arm, slings her to the ground, and they fucking arrest her. What kind of fuck shit is that?
Yeah. And that shit
I saw that CNN.
No boy go home that night.
No, and then you got the president sitting in the White House saying he wants to use the military against the citizens of the fucking United States of America. What kind of
he tripping.
What the fuck?
But you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that shit in Charlottesville when them boy out there with their guns and shit.
Oh,
right.
And then they got
Running over people with their cars and shit.
That dude was driving that
He
tanker.
ain't even try.
Ran all over the.
You
ran
can't
over
even
those
speak
people in
bad on that.
Minnesota with that tanker, bro.
Man. It's clear to me they don't give a fuck, bro.
No, they don't give a fuck.
So why should we, right?
But see, a lot of that getting exposed, though. A lot of that getting exposed right now. Like, you seeing that little nasty underbelly.
Because if we do something wrong,
cracks and
you know what
flaws.
they don't? They serve us the law times 10.
Oh yeah, they come down with the hammer. They come down with the hammer. We do anything wrong. You do one little motherfucking thing, they coming with the hammer, boy.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Hey, Hannibal, you said you saw like the whole entire video of the George Floyd killing, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I saw this guy. He had posted this video. When the ambulance pulled up to get him in the whatchamacallit, and he pulled out. There were no EMTs on the ambulance. The two dudes who got out the back of the ambulance.
I saw that.
With bulletproof vests. They didn't administer any CPR. They didn't try to do anything to try to do any resuscitation or anything. They grabbed this man, threw him on the stretcher,
and put him in the back of the ambulance.
Nothing that they were supposed to do.
That's true.
The same exact way they did, like they said with Martin Luther King. The man gets to the hospital, the doctor comes in the room and says, "Anybody touch this nigga? Don't nobody touch this nigga. Let him die on the table." You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you look at the things that they're doing, they're always trying to cover some shit up. Even with the CNN thing, dog. When they made the report about the people getting locked up, why the CNN president who said something about getting an apology from the sheriff? They tried to dress the shit up and make it look cool and make it look good though, because they was like, oh, the CNN crew got locked up. They locked up our crew. No, y'all locked up one nigga. Y'all
That's
locked
right.
up the crew because when they locked up the black dude, you can hear the white dude saying, hey, what's going on? What are y'all doing?
He's with CNN.
It was two, CNN. It was two other reporters. I guess it was the cameraman and whoever else was the cameraman. You can hear the two of them asking what was going on. They didn't lock up no crew. They locked up that one dude. They locked up that black dude, and that was it. They locked up the main reporter that was reporting. The man sat there, was sitting there reporting, and 2 minutes into reporting, all of a sudden, they just walked up on him and put him in the cuffs. And he was like, can I ask what I'm being locked up? And the other one's like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? It's like, man, y'all didn't lock up the crew. They locked up one person. Stop trying to make it look like, oh, they locked up
the whole crew got locked up. Everybody got
They
locked up.
have shown their disdain for black people.
Right. Y'all locked up the one nigga
I
on the whole
reciprocate
group.
that feeling.
I ask y'all this
reciprocate that
question
feeling.
though, because someone told me this.
Boy, don't give a fuck.
Somebody told me this a while ago. They told me, they was like, you ever been in a fight? I was like, yeah, I've been in a fight. I'm pretty sure all of us have been in a fight. He says, have you ever had to fight for your life? And I thought about it. I said, yeah, I did. I really did have to fight for my life. He said, that's probably the hardest you ever fought in your life. And then, you know what? He was right. That was the hardest I had ever fought in my life. With all the media attention now and everything, no, they ain't putting dogs on people or whatever. No, they not doing that. But they are more in your face with it because you know you being watched.
All right, Papa.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they know they being watched now, and they still don't give a damn.
See you later.
All right, later.
Y'all think that they're fighting so hard now because they feel like they losing the grasp and they're slowly dying out? Do y'all feel like that?
Yeah.
I think a lot of that coming, like, especially from the top down with Trump talking about that military, is like he want to show the people that he want to see it, that I'm going to put this down. I'll do whatever it takes to get them boy back in place. Like, I think that's a big thing, like getting us back in place.
I damn sure
like,
believe that.
Right now, them boy consider us out of pocket, out of hand.
He's definitely
like
fueling.
The whole thing to get us back in line and get us back on that
definitely
scene.
fueling that agenda. He's fueling that agenda.
Yeah, you
that's
see
why
it
I
too.
said earlier.
He can't hide it. He can't play nothing off.
That's why I said earlier, it's off of fear. I feel like it started from fear, but that fear's been growing for a long time. And it's just,
bruh, the man was in the bunker. Hey, listen, the man was in the bunker for the in the White House. Y'all don't know. See, y'all ain't up here. That man was
in his
bunker,
panic room.
He was scared.
Yeah, talking about he doing inspection.
Yeah,
right.
I ain't talking about with Trump. I ain't just talking about. I ain't just talking about with Trump.
No, I know. No, you talking about what white people. You talking about what? You talking about what white people in general.
That's what he's saying.
That's what you see even in the bunker.
Losing their grip on the society and the systemic system. That's what you talk about. I know exactly. You ain't just talking about Trump because what you just said shows in their actions and how they're trying to come out to these events and saying, oh, I got these 2 holes in my head. These 2 black guys beat me through a window. You know what I'm saying? Calling the police and saying this, but like all of that stuff that they're doing is they're crying out to say, no, please don't take my privilege away. These niggas are animals. They're crazy. You can't let them take over. If you give them equal rights to us, this is what they'll do. This is how they'll treat us. They're scared of that shit, Slim. It ain't just Trump. I feel you, Hannibal. It ain't just Trump. It definitely ain't just him. But he the main coward. He's the main. This nigga shot 10
He at the top of the chain, man. He at the top of the chain.
Slim, check this out. This motherfucker intentionally took that picture with him holding the Bible like Hitler did. You think he ain't never seen that picture?
Upside down.
Come on, dog.
Yeah, they already said it was a photo walk.
It was. He never even went into the church.
Like
he never went into the damn
upside
church.
down now.
And that's when they've been out there shooting them.
The pastor damn speak up against them.
That's when he was out there shooting the boy with rubber bullets and put that big ass gas
Exactly.
chunk out that young lady head with those
Yeah,
rubber bullets just to
man.
get
He
a
was trying to-
picture with him with a
he was-
Bible.
A sniper
They
hit him
had
from
to-
the roof, bro.
They had to make sure that area was clear before he got his photo op him because they can't take no chances on him getting hit.
All of
You know
that
what I'm saying?
for a
And that's
photo
like-
op. You had to
For a
hurt
photo op.
American. You had to hurt Americans so you can have a photo op. Come on,
And
that's the
like-
president that people want to vote for.
That's why the priest roast his ass. Fuck you coming up here to take a picture. You just came up on the steps. You
That's
didn't
it.
even come into church.
That nigga said he ain't say a prayer. He ain't did nothing but come in there and grab a book and start talking.
And you ain't say, yeah.
They ain't
He was
even in his
all-
Bible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Full of shit. That's what he is.
He's
He's
Man.
fueling the agenda. America great again. If any motherfucker out here screaming MAGA, make America great again, you already know what they on. That's what he's fueling, Slim. He's
That's
See
fueling.
what happened to them
Word,
boys
yeah.
downtown with the MAGA hats, vote Trump and all that stuff on.
Oh yeah, they got mopped up. Yeah.
All right, now, fellas, we've been running about a good 2, right?
Oh shit.
And I think we all share the same kind of sentiment. A lot of anger, a lot of frustration. But I wrote down some stuff. I wrote down some feelings, right? I say feelings.
You
Some
got some
feelings.
feelings to speak?
I got some feelings. So we all felt anger. Me myself felt a little bit of fear because I wasn't sure how things were gonna go with everything. So I felt a little bit of fear. Pride. I'm proud to be black, all the way, 1,000%. Proud. Solidarity. You know what I mean? As far as being together and fighting for the same thing. And last thing was focus. Trying to channel all that anger and emotions into something that's useful for us, useful to us in a positive way. And I think we all are on the same accord as far as we need to do more together. What's the other thing I want to say? You know what? The damn word just left my mind just that quick. But basically, all I'm saying is that wrapping things up, man, fellas. We just want to show the youth that we are here for them. We are here to help guide you through all this anger, all emotion that y'all boy going through. But we can get through all this shit together. What I don't want to see is us letting this fire die, though. I don't want this fire to die out.
Word.
I hate when we protest, and then because that's why I mentioned it earlier, how over the days the crowds were getting smaller and smaller, and I don't want to see that fire die. I want to
end up turning into just the families. Seem like.
Just even here in Columbia, man, like the crowds were just getting smaller and smaller, and you know people honking horns
People
and
had to
things.
go to work though.
But I mean, regardless of any of that, I just don't want the fire that people got to die out. I want it to be channeled and
Like,
used. I don't want us to forget about this by next weekend.
Yeah,
And be like,
right.
on to something else.
That's what I'm saying. It usually end up being just the families, like Trayvon Martin, like Eric Garner. All of their families gonna keep fighting the fight in their city, but it end up just after a month. It's just like when somebody died that you know. Everybody come to the funeral. Everybody come to the family house that whole week before the funeral. Once that funeral come and they put
That's
the dirt,
a wrap.
that's a wrap. You ain't gonna see these niggas again until somebody else dies.
Until the next
Right.
one.
And that's
Yeah.
the same way these things go. That's what you saying. We don't need to lose that fire.
I don't want that, man.
We'll come out like a blaze as soon as the shit happen. And then as
Just
soon as
like-
that body put in the dirt, and everybody, as soon as that body put in the dirt, everybody go back to
Just like Derek Chauvin did, we need to stay on them boy neck. You know what I mean? Make sure that they feel like we can't breathe. You know what I mean? And all that shit that they putting out is died. It's died. You know what I mean? That's what we got to do, man. We got to do that shit, man. And I'm gonna do my part. I hope we all together in solidarity do the same thing, man. I really, 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 really hope that shit, man. For real.
I think we got him. We headed in the right direction, fellas. I think we got him. I think we got him,
right, man. Hey, I like that. Yeah.
And in closing, in closing out this thing, man, because I'm gonna cap this episode off, man. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to say any final words they want to mitigate out. I'm gonna start with you, Rex. Anything you want to say?
Fuck Lil Wayne.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
All
That's
right.
all I got to say.
Hannibal.
Easy. Say it one more time.
Fuck Lil Wayne.
Hannibal, anything you want to say in closing?
Hey man, I just like you said, man. I just hope that we all stick together. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that's talking stupid, man. Hey, we got to bring them along the ride too, cause a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we still got to bring them along too. So I hope we all can stick together. But for right now, you know what I'm saying? Everybody saying something stupid, and Trina, we heard your stupid ass.
Sit her ass down too. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But other than that, man,
two times. Pick your ass up and push him down again.
God damn it, we ain't put her on the rooster.
Vaughn, what you got to say in closing, sir?
I can see something I saw. This dude was talking about when me and my old man was talking the other day. My daughter graduated yesterday. We were sitting around talking. Just the fact that when you see black people now, like two black men that don't know each other or ain't even on no great terms, you know what I mean? Do that nod and smile. Like, there ain't no time for us to be out here mugging each other and you mad over this one little thing. Like, a lot of time we get tangled up in that one thing that I don't want to agree with you on, so I'm going to just discount your whole being, your whole purpose. You know what I mean? Like, shit. As black people, man, I love all your boy, man, and I want to spread love throughout our community because we got enough people hating our ass right now.
Sure.
Like, not too many people care about us, so why we won't care about each other?
That's real.
You know I mean,
I love
like
that.
I'm watching Teachers Down when you drop your people off and he turn around and tell you, little man, he love him. You know what I mean? Little stuff like that. You know what I mean? That build futures.
True indeed, man. I love that, man. Respect. T, anything in closing, sir?
Man, I just want to, you know what I'm saying? Like most of them said, man, on a positive note, man, I'm gonna take the opposite route of Ronald, and I'm gonna say, man, big ups to LL, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that verse he put out, that shit, it says so much, man. It talked directly to our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? To me, he said everything that needed to be said and then some. And he made an example of what a rapper, you know what I'm saying, the type of example that they should be setting when we are the ones that buying their records. We support their careers, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know some of them got white fans too, but the people who look like them are the ones that they should be concerned with. They shouldn't give a damn if a white person want to buy their CD or not. You know what I'm saying? The people who should make a difference to them is the people that's in their community. You know what I'm saying? And they should be giving back to their community, not doing the shit like motherfuckers like Lil Wayne is out here doing. So I just rather just say something positive and say, hey man, big ups to LL Cool J for being positive. And I think just like the rest of these brothers have been saying, man, I love y'all, man. We need to love on each other more. We don't need to be on the petty bullshit having differences about whatever. We can get to the differences with each other once we get our equality. Until we are looked at equally, until we are, you know what I'm saying, come from off the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to the systematic and like injustices that we receive when it comes to punishment. You know what I'm saying? In this country, we need to back up off of the motherfucking self-beef and the self-hatred, you know what I'm saying? And figure out how to love each other more so that we can get the motherfucking knee off our neck, you know what I'm saying, and breathe and live comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because they out here living comfortable because they lifting each other up. They keeping each other in these positions to win. You know what I'm saying? Corporations, courthouses, politicians. You know what I'm saying? So like I was saying before, we like Hannibal said, you know, even the ones who we mad at and they don't get it, we still got to bring them along, man. Make it whatever their mission is, even if they don't want to get on board with yours, whatever their mission is, as long as it makes sense. So let them know you supporting their mission, and in the meantime, you do your thing. And if they support you, they support you. If they don't. We gotta bring them along for the ride. Meaning we gotta support them because we gotta do it from all different angles. It ain't gonna happen just from one way. It ain't gonna happen just through politics. It ain't gonna happen just from burning the city. It's got to be a multitude of ways to get these evil motherfucking devils out of the, you know what I'm saying, out of position of authority and power.
Word, man. Thank you for that, man. Yeah, I like that too, man. I like what everybody said, man. Everybody had to say, man, as far as what we dealing with, what we need to do, type of aspect, man. So again, in closing, man, to bounce off what you guys said, man. I love y'all boys too, man, and I really want us to continue that positive fight like we always been doing. Oh, one last thing too. How y'all was mentioning LL, y'all should check out Papoose new song. He did a new Alphabet song talking about the people that have been killed by police, man. I check it out. That shit was deep and strong, man. Real deep and strong, man. Check that shit the fuck out, man. For real. I really enjoyed having this conversation with y'all boy, man, hearing what everybody had to say. Turning my ears on to some things I probably didn't know or hadn't heard.
Now listen, because you can't get mad because we going over an hour and a half this time because we told you we was gonna go long.
Oh, I know we were well over 2 on this one, man. Well over 2.
Too.
Yeah, actually, so man, I don't even man. It was an easy conversation. I mean, not an easy conversation. I don't mean to say it like that, but you know what I mean. It wasn't hard for us to have these conversations for that long of a time. I'm pretty sure we could go on for 4 or 5 hours if we wanted to. You know what
I'm about to say, hey Rex, you better let that nigga know, boy. Anytime he had me on the show, light skinned Leon long-winded, boy, I'm gonna talk to him. That's why I kept telling y'all, boy, man, go ahead, man. I don't want to talk up because when I get mad, boy, I don't know.
That's right.
Boy,
I feel you though. I feel you.
That's that nigga, man.
Let niggas interject, man, and let other people talk, cause. Yeah, G, I get long-winded, boy. I be trying to get it all out.
Hey, that's a passion, though. That's just show that you give a fuck.
Yeah. See, T and Vaughn, that's why I wanted to have you guys on this specific conversation because I knew y'all guys feel strongly about your opinions, and going to voice it and bring information or a point of view that everybody need to hear. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted you two to be in on this conversation.
Shit, I appreciate you having me too.
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate you having me.
No problem at all, man. Any motherfucking time, man. I'm very, very appreciative of y'all joining in on the conversation.
I can't wait to do this shit live, man. I can't wait to be in the motherfucking at Primarily Speaking Studios. That's what I.
That's why I tell Prime.
Gotta come to Prime Studios, man. We gonna kill it off, man. Once we can get right, we can definitely do that shit right. The right.
I might be down there the 26th of this month, man. I'm supposed to be coming down for a partner of mine that got in a real bad car accident. They're supposed to be putting something
that will be 3 weeks from tomorrow. Okay. Yeah.
Prime ain't gonna let you in the house, guys. Prime ain't gonna let you in the house.
Yeah, the COVID shit's still going on. Hey, you know what?
I knew you were
gonna say that. We just going through the first trial, man. You know, we gotta figure out how this shit first, man.
Hey, you gotta figure things out, man. You gotta figure things out.
We gotta go through a decontamination process of getting this out.
With the little thing and the temperature on the way in and stuff, man.
You gotta get the spray down, the gas, all that shit, man. You gotta before you get in this house, bro. Everybody gotta do it.
Yeah, I remember.
I got some gas to keep it running off the head.
Contamination station. I can't remember where I saw that, but it was either on a post you put up or something you had up. I saw you got the decontamination station on your spot. I seen it.
I got it, man. Got to do it, man. But man, in closing, man, I want to say thank you to you brothers, man. I appreciate your passion, appreciate your words, just appreciate your time too. And we'll definitely do it again, man. In person will be much better, but for now, this is gonna have to suffice. But you know, this is Primarily Speaking, man. This is how the fuck we do. We kick the real, man. We don't hold no punches. We say whatever the fuck is on our mind. And if you want to see more of this shit, you check us out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I forget about YouTube this time, Hannibal. Primarily Speaking, PRIMERILY Speaking, no spaces, underscores, or dashes. Holla at your boy, man. You catch us next time. We'll keep more of this shit coming, man. Drop your 2 cents. We catch y'all motherfuckers next time.
No doubt.
Deuces.
Word.